Whoops. Really thought that thing would be back by today, but she's not. Oh no. Good morning. Oh no. Oh no. Well, good morning. Good morning. Fucking United, though. I can't. What the my dudes. First, I lose my phone at Burning Love. Then my voice. So I can't even scream. I'm having to use a fucking loudspeaker on the playa to speak to anybody. What the fuck? And then, what? Yesterday. I don't even know what to talk about with yesterday, my dudes. What? I woke up. This is fucked. I really want this back. This is so bad. Good morning, everybody. It was real bad last night, but I thought it would be back today, and it's not. Yeah. I woke up at the ass of dawn yesterday to catch a flight and ended up trapped in MIA for 8 hours. Who is it? I don't even know where to start. Like, what the fuck, United? What the fuck, United? We're literally boarding a plane and the windshield breaks while we're boarding. So they're like, okay, we might be able to just go. And then they're like, just kidding. The windshield's shattered. You all have to get off the plane. And it's going to be like 4 hours to fix this windshield. So we're going to get another plane down from Orlando, which is an hour flight away. 8 hours later. What the fuck? I've never been trapped in a more boring airport in my goddamn life. Oh my God. And then the plane they're trying to send from Orlando is also broken, which is the 8 hours. United, what the fuck is with your planes? Get your shit together. I was genuinely on this plane watching my wing do this. I'm like, it's going to snap off. It's just going to go. That's just what's going to happen. We're all dying today because of these fucking broken planes. I mean, it was fine. At least we were indoors. It was fine, but what the fuck? Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. The lost phone explains. Oh, yeah. And then I tried screaming and finding people and that. But genuinely, I'm really unaccustomed. When I go to a burn, I pack my phone away, I turn that shit off, and I don't look at it because there's no reception, so why would you even have it out? So that's, my default mode. But there was, literally, it was like walking around a campsite, everybody just staring at their phones. It was crazy. Phones were everywhere. And so then I was like, I guess I should find it. Gone. It was in my bedding. I found it eventually, but just gone. And someone random lost their phone in our camp. We never found that one either. No, yeah. Oh, yeah. People lost their phone in our camp and they were doing the Apple, what is it? An air tag to find their phone in our camp. I don't know what our camp was, a dead zone or something. Because multiple people came by to try to find phones in our camp. And we're like, no, our phones are lost too. Please don't touch any phones in our camp because they're probably ours. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't have that. No, I did hear what had happened with Delta. Planes aren't doing great right now. You know? Ugh, I have an itch. But Loveburn was gorgeous. Was there not an option to switch planes through the app? There wasn't another flight until the next day. So it was fork out a couple $100 for a hotel overnight and then get up at the ass of dawn to go back after sitting, they didn't say it's going to be 8 hours. They just kept delaying it by 1 hour. And then right before it would say we were going to load, delay another hour. And then right before. So then I started hunting down in the United app and I was actually able to hunt down the plane we're waiting for and go where's my plane? And look on a map and see that it literally was not leaving Orlando in any way, shape, or form. And that's how I found out that plane was broken. Unforeseen mechanical issues. That was really fun. They fucking survived. This nail lady's great. But yeah, we could have, a lot of people were getting very mad and rescheduling flights and shit like that. I really didn't have anywhere to be. It was just a case of I was getting stir crazy sitting in a fucking airport for 8 hours. if you've never been in MIA, I'm not that familiar with it, but like there's a different Good, Mike. Why'd you fall? There's a different TSA checkpoint for each gate or each like terminal, if you know what I mean. So like there's one TSA to get into the United terminal. There's one TSA to get into the Southwest terminal or whatever. And the United terminal is fucking pathetic. There's nothing. There's not even a Hudson News. So we just went through TSA and then just got stuck. And then this is, yes, I did, Rod. One moment. This is the kicker. So we're all stuck for like 8 hours. So United's like, we're going to give each of you a $15 credit to use in the airport or on the airplane that expires in 24 hours. $15 per person. That was our reparations for 8 hours stuck in an airport, which was hilarious because I'm here to let you know what $15 will buy you. A bag of nuts and a chocolate bar. It's a fucking airport. What are you getting for $15? Anywhere? I ate Welch's gummies and cashews. That was my food consumption until literally 11:30 o'clock last night. It was just weird. Like, I feel really fortunate nothing's ever happened to me like that before where my planes got fucked. But man, was that... Like, if I wasn't still on East Coast time, I don't know if I'd be here today because I was so tired, but I woke up at the ass of dawn, East Coast time. I woke up late for East Coast, but I woke up great for me, so here we are. But Jesus Christ, nothing. No, there was nothing you could get. And I actually, one of the people we were, like, bullshitting with in the seats went up to the counter and was like, is there any way my mom can get another $15 so I can get her a sandwich? And the lady at the counter's like, did you buy both a lunch and a dinner with your previous $15? And he was like, ma'am, I got one cookie. Do you know where you work? Just out of touch.
And hail Satan. On that fucking note.
Can we talk about how I can't stop finding baby Jesus all over my home? Okay, so like last time I left, my kettle got burned on the stove. This time I left and I'm finding little Jesus everywhere. You son of a bitch! How many of these am I gonna find? I didn't even have time to look for them. Like up on this rack, this top shelf, this is where all my skincare is. And in the morning, I stand here and I do my skincare and shit. And there was 3 just up there. I was literally like, what in the I've been adequately trolled. I don't know how many I'm going to find in my house, but I literally set them. As I find them, I'm setting them and lining them up like soldiers on my computer. Praise Rainbow Jesus. They've all got a different sash. I'm assuming there's a rainbow of them. Yeah, no comment. We'll see what we find in the house, Rod. Side note, though, Rod took such good care of my dogs, and they love him beyond reason. Trick did not stop crying until 12:30 last night looking for Rod in my house. Just like worse than the widow walk, like the just in circles, searching the rooms. I mean, my dog is in love with you. It's a little upsetting. It's so cute, but like, if he could love you a little less, it'd be much easier for me. If I find them all, I get an achievement. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, Rod lost something. What did you lose? Like your glasses or something? Rod lost something that I'm going to find in the house because, of course, I'm going to manically clean everything within the next couple days. So I'm sure I'm going to come across a lot of little Jesuses. Not 100%, though. Wait, the little Jesuses? I have no idea. No, this is Rod. Watch. It's the watch. I'm looking for Rod's watch, which is lost in my house somewhere. So I'm going to find that. But I'm sure I'm going to find little bundles of these little fucks somewhere in my house. Hail Satan. No, it doesn't. Viata, he wants to get in the car. It's so bad. It's the pack is breaking up. So, like, as soon as Rod goes out the front door and gets in his car, like, they can see Rod get in his car from my front door. They immediately, like, the pack is broken. It's like if I leave the house, the pack is broken. Rod becomes part of the pack the moment he's in my house, and the moment he leaves, it's like, mother, what have you done? Where is other mother? That's what we call Rod, weekend mom, because he always takes care of our pups. Oh, we were packing up our tent, Clutch. Dude, I was so fucking tired. I mean, we all know and we talk about this and whatever. Loveburn. Loveburn was amazing, by the way. It was fucking gorgeous. I didn't get bit by anything. Oh, I still have my bracelet on. Shit. Loveburn bracelets. I didn't get bit by anything. Nothing. And the rest of my fucking camp got eaten alive, Clutch included. Like the bites from the, oh, and I just have to say, this is probably one of the funniest things that happened, that like just a fucking whatever. So Glut was warning me about these mosquitoes and these other creatures, which I will extrapolate on in one moment. Literally was warning me about these things before I went there. He was like, get all the bug spray you can, get like the mosquito bracelets, get all the things, because you guys know, here, Maryland, Washington, mosquitoes try to carry me away into the sky like flying monkeys. Like, mosquitoes sense me through a window and start bouncing against it. I don't know what the fuck it is. Not one bite at Loveburn. Nothing but everyone else. And this is the funny. It's not funny that everyone got bit. Please don't get me wrong, because that was horrible. Literally, like Clutch says, most people's legs, no exaggeration, look like leprosy or pox or something. It was so bad. Some people's bites were blistering. Fucking wild. But Glut was trying to warn me about these creatures that I thought were called noseums. Noseums? Because that's how you spell it? And then when I go to Florida, I can't remember who said it. I think it was my friend Maddie or something, was like, no, Katie. No-see-ums. Because you can't fucking see them. Idiot. But that's what ate everybody alive in the weirdest ways. Like, it was either people's ankles to their knees were just covered in like, not mosquito bite looking bites. These looked like measles or something. Like, I mean, it's not measles, but they look horrible. One person in my camp, literally, they're just their sides from here down, their entire body, big, giant red welts on both their sides. Everyone else in my camp, it was like ankles, butt cracks. Like, we were living off calamine lotion more than we were living off of sunscreen. I felt so bad for everybody, because that's normally me. Like, I genuinely super, like, empathize, because that is always me. And it just wasn't. I don't know. I don't taste good to no-see-ums, or it's all the alleged not drugs I took. Speaking of, I got some really cool shit from Burning Man I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Not speaking of drugs, because no one does drugs at Burning Man. Or Loveburn. You know what I'm saying. Oh, Viata, that's disgusting. Good to know. You should tell that to Vissy, because she's been wanting to go to Texas and do something. I'll let her know if you don't see her, if whoever sees her first. The sandflies, that's what they were. Butt cracks, Phoenix. I'm not shitting you. 2 of my besties got one on their sacral spine. Like, you know, like that centimeter above your butthole crack. Right? And every morning I was like, oh, with the calamine. It was horrid. Like, it's funny in hindsight. Once everyone's healed, we'll laugh about this. It's not funny at the time. It was so bad. The bites people were getting were in the worst spots. And just, like, I want to say 4 people in my camp actually went and got a hotel the last night because they just couldn't do it anymore. The bites were so fucking bad. They were suffering. That's horrible. Horrible. So bad. Flea swarms would just turn you into a giant itchy bump. That's what these, I guess that's what these do. Danny, I cannot tell you what kept the bugs away other than, what it seemed to be was there was just some people that the bugs were attracted to, and other people's no interest. Because I have not one bite, not even one, they didn't even taste me. Nothing. I have some very freaky tan lines on my feet, but that's it. They didn't touch me, which is such a freak. Normally I'm eaten alive. Like, this was a very weird, but it was horrible watching everybody else go through it. My God, the bites were insane. No, I guess they live in the sand, Knives. Like, I think they're a type of sand flea, but locals call them no-see-ums because you genuinely can't see them at all. Like, nothing. You really see nothing. Like, I got in the sand trying to see if I would see a microscopic little hop. Nothing. You really don't see anything. They're invisible. We tried that, Savage. We had like 5 different bug sprays with like heavy ass DEET in them, and then we had natural bug sprays that were like rosemary oil, lavender oil. What was the other ingredient? There was another one in there, but it had citronella oil. But here's the science behind mosquito stuff. I looked it up. So like mosquito spray, anything like that, all it does is mask your smell. That's it. It's heavily masking the smell of your body so that you're kind of invisible to mosquitoes. That's all it's really doing. So some of us just put off so much fucking CO2 that there's nothing that's going to cover our smell. There's something about that. So it may deter them, but it's not making them invisible. It's not making you invisible to them. They'll find a place where that stuff isn't. But we had I'm not kidding. We had shit that looked dangerous that said like 40% DEET. And then we had natural, oils and stuff like that. We tried everything, nothing. If you didn't get bit, you didn't get bit. If you got bit, you were eaten. It was horrible. It was horrible. They're immune to the DEET, exactly. I think you got like 1 on your knee. We think so. Yeah, I had like 1 on my knee, maybe, but it never itched or anything. It was just a red bump. So I was like, all right, I'm part of the crew. Maybe they tasted me. It was horrible, but they didn't care. Like the no-see-ums don't care about anything. I was coating people in like lavender oils and citronella oils and all that shit. It was horrid. Oh, they're like midges, are they? I hate them too because they normally eat me alive. It's also why those 1 types tiki torches work well because it just makes the whole area smell like that oil. Yes, that's why a lot of like mosquito candles and stuff like that. Robo, and I literally maybe have 1 bite. Maybe. I don't even know if it's a bite. It didn't itch. But I'm not exaggerating. Like there were parts of people's ankles, like Clutch is saying, leprosy. You can't see any skin anymore. There's so many bites. Big, red, fucking gnarly bites that just didn't go away. It was wild. To the point where, like, you guys know I'm in a predominantly extremely homosexual camp. Lots of beautiful gays, like some of the most beautiful gays you've ever seen in your entire life. To the point where they were getting self-conscious and not wanting to dress up anymore and not wanting to go out and party because they were covered in fucking bites. Every inch of them. It was insane. Like, I felt really bad. There's not a moment I've ever seen my camp not want to dress up and go out, and they were just like exhausted from it was horrid and the itching and the madness of it. Thankfully, we had a lot of alcohol and a lot of alleged not drugs, so that numbed the pain a little bit. And we had like 3 veterinarians and a pharmacist and myself in the camp. So we had a lot of medicine on board. Like we had everything we needed. We were safe. But Jesus Christ. I can't even explain it. It looked like measles to me. If you look up measles, that's what it looked like, but just on people's ankles and knees. And then some people, it was like one side of their body. And the only thing I can come up with that was the people where it was like exclusively one side of their body and nowhere else. They had beds that were suspended. They had like cots, kind of like it's like a metal frame with like a sheet, and then they laid on that. And all I can think of is that that's the part of their body that was exposed. But I was borderline sleeping on the ground. Not a bite. I don't know. I think there was just some people that were fucking tasty. Oh, no shit. Here in Kentucky, we have tiny mites that live in the weeds and bite you and latch on. See, I don't know like the, what is it? The, etymology. Etymology, is that the word? I don't know the process of what these no-see-ums do. Are they burrowing in your skin? Are they just biting? I have no clue. Like, I've never been familiar with them before. I'll be doing some research because fuck that shit. No, he doesn't normally wake up for many hours. No shit. It's wild. I could never do this. I could never do this. Zach doesn't get out of bed until 15 minutes before his stream starts. Maybe. Shit, shower, shave, brush his teeth. That's it. Like, it's crazy. I get up 3 hours early to emotionally prepare myself. Entomology is the study of bugs. It's like the process of an injury would be I think it's etymology. Oh, that's not etymology then. There's a word. I'm just blanking on it. You're right. Entomology is the study of bugs, but there's a word that means like the process of an injury. And I'm blanking on that. It'll come to me. Anyways, there was etiology. Is it the etiology? Oh my God. Is that it? I feel like I'm brain farting on this. Yes! The etiology. Thank you. I appreciate you, RoboDucky. Thank you very much. So one thing that's at Burning Man, which is so weird because we all know that like there's no drugs at Burning. I'm gonna keep calling it Burning Man. Love Burn. Burns. Let's just say Burns in general. Festivals, whatever. There's no drugs there. They're highly illegal, very dangerous. There are no illegal substances on a playa. Yes? That being said, allegedly, if you came across some drugs, there's a lot of really cool camps out there that offer amazing information on said drugs and what said drugs do to you and how to properly take them and not fuck yourself up. And they also have free drug testing kits. Incredible. And so we all like allegedly grabbed all the cards that we decided to do on this trip. I don't know why I grabbed that one. LSD, little alcohol, little cocaine, little MDMA. And the back is all the, I mean, you can barely see it. It's so much fucking information on each drug, literally down to like the history of where the drug came from. It's incredible. It's so amazing. And they had this giant chart that was like, how would you explain it? It was like a chart where you would seek out the drug you're on and then the drug you're thinking of adding to it. And you would go to the square in the middle and it would give you a symbol. And then you go read the definition of the symbol. And it would be like, this is going to elevate your mood and it's very safe. Or this is dangerous, proceed with caution. Or this is horrible, don't ever do this, don't be a fucking idiot. One of the coolest things I've ever, it was huge and it was posted everywhere. This like chart of how to, like, you could literally go cannabis, MDMA, and it would be like, probably not. Or, you know, 2CB and something else. Probably not. You shouldn't do those. Or sure, you're safe in always in moderation, right? There's never a, yeah, go do it. Take it all. Never. Ever. Don't be an idiot. But I love a good chart. I love something like that. But these cards, I mean, one of them is actually, I think it was shrooms. It talks about like, how the whites stole drugs from the natives and everything and then like took them and then tried to criminalize it with the natives. Like it even goes into the history of that. There's a really interesting word that I learned. Oh, here we go. The story of how mushrooms came to Western culture through, the writing's really small, I'm so sorry. Extractive and disrespectful means is a key example of why it's so important to become aware of mushroom cultural history, especially getting familiar with terms like biopiracy and indigenous reciprocity. Indigenous reciprocity. Like, how could you ask for any more cool information? I just thought that was like really nice. And each card, but we all got selfies with our alleged combos we were fucked up on that day. And then this was really cool. Same 10. So you want to get down. And it's a chart on how to consensually fuck. I actually got a pin that is somewhere. It's on my purse, wherever the fuck that is, that says, got consent. That was there as well. Fucking love that one. I want to see Katie tripping balls. I mean, you guys know me. Even with weed, I don't go very far unless it's like a Faded Friday. I never have been one to, allegedly, if there's illicit drugs, which there are never illicit drugs that I burn, I never like go to the limit. I always kind of dance on the, I still want control of my body, but I want to have a good time. I kind of dance on that line that I like. Yeah, I never go to the deep end because I don't like, I've been there on accident and don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't feel my reality is something I need to escape on that extreme of a level. And I'm not judging. A lot of people find a lot of healing through that level of psychedelics and stuff like that. I just don't feel like I need that. I just like to have a little bit of fun. So I microdose most things. If there's there's no drugs on the playa, but if there, exactly the deep end. I made my own patch that I consent until I don't, which is fucking, that actually talks about that in here. Informed consent checklist. Use this handy checklist as a tool to establish informed consent with your cuties when going on a sexy adventure. Informed consent means that everyone is clear about what they and everyone else involved are consenting to. You might remove some surprise, but the anticipation of what's to come is so worth it. And then the checklist is like, people, who's going to take part, time and place, start time, how long, where, wants, what are the main things you want, anything new, limits, emotional and physical, limits of everyone involved, etc., etc. Like, it's literally just like, it's something we shouldn't need, but I love that's out there and is available because maybe you'd go through this and be like, wow, that's just not something I've never thought about in my life. And it, of course, ends with aftercare, which is phenomenal. And then the other card is, so you fucked up and you want to make things right, what now? How do you respond when you're told that you've caused harm or when you realize you've crossed someone's boundaries? And it literally helps you walk through a conversation to repair a relationship where maybe you got a little fucked up and went a little far and you shouldn't have. Incredible. I just love this stuff. I think this stuff should be available everywhere in all the world. Exactly. No drugs at a burn. Theoretical fuckery, if you will. Absolutely. They're great. I'm going to put them in the Discord because they're really good. This is like a map on how to like make things right. You know what I'm saying? It's stop, pause, breathe, and think. And then it goes to, is the person open to talking to you? Yes or no? Yes, check in and listen. Talk about what happened. Feeling angry and defensive or ashamed about it? Yes or no? Yes. Self-reflect and practice patient. There may be a pause here. Own your mistakes. Don't assume an outcome. You're not owed forgiveness. Like, it's the most realistic. Like, you're going to do your damnedest, but you might have fucked up. Let's be real. It's just great. I love this stuff. I packed it home because I was like, this should be everywhere. Like, this is stuff people need and want. People who are sexually active and out there fucking around. Like, fuck. Half of us. I love this stuff. So that was two of the things. And then this was just something random that I had to bring home. It's literally a love burn bingo, which I've seen at Burning Man before. However, this one, like the things that are on it are for example, Instagram model photo shoot, ugly homemade Burning Man necklace, fire spinning, clean porta potty, DJ spinning for 0 people. You know who you are. Noisy generator, someone you don't want to see naked, a tutu, asshole on a megaphone, burning art piece, 2nd degree sunburn. I've got that right now. I'll show you. Water bottle covered in stickers, a shirt cocker. If you've never seen a shirt cocker, it's people who just walk around in a t-shirt with their cock out. It's a thing. I don't know why. Billionaire turnkey camp, excuse me. Cuddle puddle, utilikilt with actual tools, a thunderstorm, super pimped out bicycle, wedding, fake fur boots, sunrise, a sparkle pony, balloons with lights, Native American feather headdress, New Year's Eve. But the part that killed me, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. The super pimped out bicycle is my bike from Burning Man. It's right there. But I've never seen a bike that looked like this outside of my bike. It's a bike with a dismembered unicorn head on the front and an umbrella. That's my Burning Man bike, like to a T. I've never seen another bike with a dismembered unicorn head on the front. So I saved it. There was a camp with turkeys out. God knows why, but there was a camp that had like the turkeys you buy for target practice, the ones that look real legit. They had a couple of those out, and we actually jumped away from them at one point because they scared me and I thought they were real. Yeah, Viata, did you hear that's what it said? That's literally the last step on it, and I love it so much because that's the most realistic state. Don't assume an outcome. You are not owed forgiveness. Period. I love that. Target practice turkeys. You've never seen like a fake duck, a fake turkey, a fake deer? Is that only an American thing? I grew up with hunters. I don't know. This might be a thing. My dad literally has, no, really? Oh man. I guess, I don't know if it's an American thing or not, but it's big with hunters. My dad legitimately has a fake buck in the yard. And because he bow hunts, it's how he practices shots on this fake buck in my yard that fools everybody because it looks as legitimate as a real fucking buck. But they have fake turkeys and fake ducks and stuff like that for target practice. Yeah. I don't know what I don't hunt if that's not apparent. I don't know what the benefit is to like a super expensive fake looking turkey versus a real, like a paper. Maybe because it lasts, like you can use it multiple times. I don't know. In Wisconsin and Maine, like the fake turkeys and shit like that, right? I just grew up with that being a thing. Savage, hard same. Hard same?
Hello, Pikachu.
Hard same.
Come out.
You're never going to convince me that's good.
I'm gay.
Same. Viata, we used to play with the decoy animals, right? Same. Okay, we're not the only one. Yeah, decoy, that's the word for him. Decoy animals. Yeah. I bet this is the exact turkey that was out. There was 2 of them and it scared me. It's literally the turkey. This is what they look like. Is this going to work? Okay. Oh, wait, is it? Of course not. course not. Why would it choose the right one? That's not it either. You're a piece of shit. That's a decoy. Wow. I'm so sorry about my squeaks today. My voice is fucked. Savage, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you, boo. That's a decoy. And you just like put them out, and then you can practice target, practice, or what practice target? You know what? Yeah, I think that's what they do with fake ducks, right? Decoy animals lull wild animals into a false sense of security so they'll come closer so you don't miss when you shoot at them. Yeah. And yeah, like if you're going to hunt, I'm very much of the mind that you should hunt appropriately and don't waste an animal's life. So for instance, if you're going to go hunt turkey and you're shooting buckshot through a turkey's body, you're an asshole. Learn how to shoot a turkey's head off or stop, because you're not going to be able to eat that meat. That is now just a life you've taken. I'm not into just shooting things. Like, eat it or don't. You're not going to eat that, exactly. Learn how to shoot it. And that's why my dad bow hunted, because where we grew up, it was literally, this is his words, it was too easy to rifle hunt. Like, it was boring, because you'd walk out in the woods, 4 a.m. with your bag, and there was 50 deer looking at you, and you could just kill one, and then your hunting day's done. Like, you get one tag. So he would build like tree stands and he'd go bow hunting, but bow hunting is excessively difficult. Like, not crossbow, bow hunt, like is it compound bow? Is that what it's called? Hardcore shit. Like, and it's hard to hit. And if you hit a deer in the leg with a bow, it's going to bleed, run away, and then coyotes are going to rip it apart. It's going to cause disease. It's horrible. You've tortured an animal. That's the concept behind the fake buck, is my dad can practice that over and over and over so he can ensure a kill and not torture an animal. Because my dad definitely doesn't like to do that. None of my family is into that. That's gross and sad. Little Black Dress, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Don't forget your Prime subs. Every time you forget a Prime sub, a kitten cries. And that's sad. Just a bow. Yeah, I don't know. It's this one. That's all I know. This bow that's really like... that one. He had us all do it when we were kids. But I wasn't too into it. I just don't like to kill stuff. Bow hunting takes true skill. Yes, compound. Major skill. I mean, not only that, the patience to sit in a tree for 20 hours before you kill something is wild. It's so hard, Fal. I mean, literally, I can barely remember, but I'm pretty sure my dad helped me pull it. I don't think I clocked. I don't think, what is it, clock it or lock it or whatever? I think I needed help to get it all the way back. I don't think I could. It's so hard. Not a fucking call! What up, Jedikai? How are you, love? Thank you for those biddies. And thank you for the hype train, motherfuckers. I appreciate you. Likely a compound bow if it had pulleys and stuff. Yes, it did. Yes, there were lots. It wasn't like an elf bow, a long bow. It wasn't like, that. It had all this stuff and it had like a wheel, so it'd be like, and then it would click into place. I remember that. So once you got it like locked, then you'd be like, But it was rough. It was really, really hard to pull. All the kudos to people who do archery. That shit takes insane muscles. Side note, laying around an airport for 8 hours, I fucked my back up. So if I seem twitchy, it's because I hurt. Yeah, Rage, right? Archery looks so cool. Like, I've always thought it was one of the coolest things to do. Just like, I don't have any upper body strength. We murdered foam. Fuck yeah. I know, I got real, dude, I don't know if it'll even come up. I got a pretty gnarly tan line. One of the days I was out, oh yeah. Look how red I am. Subscribe elsewhere to see the rest. Yeah, I got a little pink. And then, I don't know if it'll still show. So the last day, I don't know if it's still red. This, yeah, you can kind of see I'm burned, like legitimately burned. From like belly button to gina. The last day, like camp breakdown. Our camp was lucky enough to have a grill. We had like, because it's a park, it's a public park, Virginia Beach. So we had a grill as part of our camp. So we got to like grill hot dogs and burgers every day and stuff. And I became the grill master. I have to admit something to you guys. I've quite literally never cooked on a grill before in my life, let alone a briquette grill in a park. I've never built a fire. So it's fine. I'm growing up, but I became like literally it was quite easy. Like I figured it out and just kind of became grill master. So if you see any of my pictures, I posted a ton of love burn pictures on Instagram. I'm covered in black shit all the time, like black smears on my thighs and my face because I was grill master. But the last day we were there, I was trying to burn all of our cardboard because, you know, Moop, we don't want to bring out as much trash as we need to. We want to get rid of it all. So I was burning all of our cardboard and just standing in front of that grill fire grate for like 4 hours straight. Actually, like the heat of the grill burned my stomach. Like, I wish it would come up. I have little stretch marks that go down my hips, and those stretch marks are like burned. They're like red from just the heat of that stove. And I burned all the eyelashes off of this eye. It was a great trip, everybody. Oh, no shit. You're really supposed to get a bow with a draw strength you can manage. It's like choosing a bowling ball. That kind of makes sense. It was super fun. And man, the food. Oh, we should cheers. The food off of a grill. Like, I know this to any of you out there that are like grill masters or whatever, you're probably like, Katie, get the fuck outside. Grill food's better. I'm not, this is a flex. I'm going to flex on this. I made the world's perfect bacon on that grill. Did you know you can make bacon on a grill? And it's perfect. And then I got real excited because I was like, I have skills on this thing. I can do shit. So then I started making quesadillas. And then we started taking cheese sticks and rolling them in tortillas and grilling them until the cheese was totally melted inside. And then filling them full of hot sauce and salsa. Oh, we got weird with it. But man, we got rid of all of our food on the last day because we just like we're experimenting and grilling everything. It was incredible. It was so good. I don't know if I have a lighter on my desk. Oh, this is cool though. This is another thing. So one of the girls in my camp is a potter. She makes pottery in New York. And I'm not kidding you when I say she gave me this. She gave everybody some pottery, but she said this was a reject. She doesn't sell these anymore. This is pottery. I don't understand how you can get pottery to look like a fucking Mylar balloon so exquisitely. The video does not do it justice. Absolutely. This is so, I mean, there's the back. It's clay. And you hang it on your wall and it's a balloon on your wall. Amazing. She's so skilled. I mean, really, the lights are really bleaching it out. Otherwise, you'd be able to see, like, it literally looks like a balloon. Like, I had Clutch hold it. I was like, no, touch it because it's not a balloon. Because it's so cool. I know. And she's like, yeah, I don't use that glaze anymore, so it's whatever. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Thank you so much. But her pottery place is called Hype Queen Studios. Hype Queen Studios. She makes a lot of really beautiful stuff. But how? It looks like a balloon. And I just love that. You hang it on your wall. It's so fucking cute. Let me go find a lighter and pee really quick. So it's kind of early, but quick first break because I got to pee. Too much coffee. Stretch your legs. Loadable. I'm going to find a lighter. I'll be right back. I'm going to be looking for little Jesuses. I'm walking around my house looking for a lighter, and I realize I'm not looking for a lighter. I'm looking for little Jesuses. I found a lighter, but like, I don't know how many are in my house. Genuinely, like, I think I'm going to be looking for little Jesuses for a while. For those that don't know, or if you're just swinging by, my wonderful friend Rod, who house-sitted and protected my dogs, left tiny little... Thank you, Viata. I have a whole... This is what I get. Now it's war. If you don't remember, the last time, well, this was a bit ago. Was this Burning Man last year? It was one of the times Rod was taking care of the dogs, and you guys know, and it's all in fun. Like, I don't actually live to torture my friend Rod. He hates the Dirt Man. Like, that tune that we're all like, yeah, fucking grinds his nerves to no end. So when I went to Burning Man, I literally filled little tiny Ziplocs with dirt and hid them all over the house, under the pillows, in the kitchen, in the foods, everywhere, like under my desk mat, under the keyboard. And he thought it was black tar heroin. He literally found some of them and did not understand that I was hiding dirt under his pillow for the dirt man. That's how much he hates the dirt man. He was like, I thought you were into some weird drugs, so I just put it back. So this is a war now. Oh my God, Glut. I didn't get bit once. But my camp was eaten alive. Oh my God. I was just telling everyone, like, it's crazy how much I prepared for mosquitoes and the little no-see-ums, which, by the way, Glut, I have to tell you, I thought they were called no-see-ums until someone said it out loud. And then I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. No-see-ums. Because you don't see them.
Wait. Hail Satan! They were so bad. And nothing did anything.
Like, we had every form of mosquito repellent you could possibly use. Nothing. We had all the citronella oils. We had, like, natural mosquito repellents, bug repellents, etc. Nothing. It looked like measles, Glut. Like, the amount of bites on people. No worries. I know your reception's terrible at work. I'm just glad I get to see you and say hi. But I didn't get eaten, and that's the great part. Kills. I mean, there's always next time. Here's the thing. This is the thing. I have to get him back now somehow. No-see-um. Yep. I didn't nosy-um, Katie. That's what you get when you go booger mining and find a rare one, a nosy-um. Group cheers. That's what we were doing. Cheers. I hope. Okay, she's not plugged. So, as per the usual, normally there are no drugs out at the burn and in any burn ever whatsoever, especially no marijuana. So, this might fuck me up a little. That being said, as is tradition, I swear to fuck, you guys know this, I do not travel with marijuana. As much as I love weed, I refuse. I'm not going to go on some no-fly list because of weed. I don't need it that bad. I usually pack a vape or something like that, but I don't travel with weed. Weed finds me. And I'm going to allegedly say that Clutch and Peg maybe saved my life. Allegedly. Maybe. Cheers. Oh, Nick, 100%. It was a life sentence. And then, super random, but the last day we were there, breakdown. We were breaking down our entire camp, and some guy, like, you know, it's hard to explain, like, burner culture if you've never been, but, like, it's very normal for someone to just, like, swing by your camp who you don't know and just then be like, hey, what's going on? How's everyone doing? Maybe they're hypothetically rolling and they need some company because they're kind of having a hard time, and that's very normal, and you absorb those people and you talk to them and you have a good time, and then they go on their way. It happens a lot. And this random dude who definitely looked like a 90s burner, like, just to a T, kind of looked like Moby, but, like, allegedly on some stuff, like, was, like, coming into our camp saying hi and stuff, and just, like, I don't know how to explain this, so I have a picture of it somewhere, but one of the camps was giving away these tiny little treasure chests with treasures inside of them, and the treasure chest we got had a screaming pickle inside, like a little, it wasn't a pickle Rick, it was literally just, like, the world's smallest pickle screaming. So the last day, I woke up super early and couldn't sleep, and I made an altar to it. Like, I got a coconut husk, and I put the little treasure chest that was open on the coconut husk, and then I surrounded it by pieces of coral and shells, and then I surrounded that by a wall of sticks, and then I surrounded that by, like, a circle of the really pretty sea grape leaves, because I was bored. Don't worry about it. I made that and just left it, and this guy thought it was the coolest thing he'd ever seen in his entire life, and he literally squatted down, pulls out a pipe and a grinder, and is like, anybody want to sesh with me around the pickle? Yeah? Yeah, I do. Oh, shit, that makes twice. Okay. I know, it's hard, because we speak in allegeds here. But, Clutch was the first to call me out on this. It's now 2 burns in a row I've accepted alleged substances from strangers. I'm alive, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. It's I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't, but well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, but I did. Twice. We did. We created the pickle sesh thing. It was just pot. Like, I saw the weed. It wasn't anything. It wasn't, I don't know. I feel like the spirit of a burn, no one's there to fuck anyone's good time. That's why, like, okay, so first instance, it's all alleged. This is just a story. None of this actually happened. So you guys know we run a bar every night, a coffee bar where we have like liquor and we fuck with people. We're the pirates. We fuck with people like pirates would. We go steal stuff from other camp and put up a flag, whatever. So my friend Kevin and I are working the bar and we're both very like social. Like you guys know, I talk about this. I'm very socially anxious. I'm not good at like approaching strangers much. So we have a hard time working it alone. We're very awkward. And I mean, I swear to God. So allegedly, again, these are all stories. None of this happened. But at the last Burning Man, almost the same instant, almost the exact same thing happened.
I'm gay.
I'm gay. Drakus, thank you so much for something to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it any swings for 32 months. It's a fucking long time, and I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. So the last Burning Man, working the bar with my friend Kevin, as usual, my wife, and a person comes up to the bar, a very nice person. We're just like bullshitting with him, and we're giving him drinks and whatnot. And he pulls out 2 packs. Hello, Slurmy Love. And he says, would you guys like a piece of gum or an Altoid? And the culture of Burning Man, of burns in general, of festivals, I don't know, because I know it's part of wasteland culture as well. I know it's across the board, is gifting. We love to give gifts. We love to give. Like, it's all just give. There's no money on any playa, as far as I'm aware, other than for ice. Cottonmouth. And, so, offer you an Altoid and a gum, and Kev and I are just like, yeah! Take an Altoid, pop it, thank you so much. That person goes on their way. 5 to 10 minutes later, we kind of look at each other like, to you? Mm-hmm. And then like 15 to 20 minutes later, we realize we've been dosed. But like, it was pretty obvious communication. People aren't going around the playa. Allegedly, this is all not real. Going, would you like acid? Do you know what I'm saying? You want a little LSD and a candy? Like, that's not, it's pretty, like, if someone's offering you candy, real candy, what they're going to say is, this is candy. Like, they're going to be like, these are Sour Patch Kids versus, would you like an Altoid or a gum? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this is all alleged. So that happened to the last Burning Man. It was all fine. Like, it was a microdose, allegedly, maybe, not real, of LSD. Very mild visuals, just feeling very uplifted for the next 12 fucking hours. That was fun. And then, no shit, first night on the goddamn bar, repeat, rinse and repeat. Kevin and I, socially awkward, dressed as pirates at the bar. But this person comes up and he goes, I've got some, allegedly, microdose Altoids. Do you want some? And before that fucker finishes explaining what they are, we're like, yeah! Like 5 different people at the bar, Kevin and I included. And then the person continues, explains what this is. Allegedly, theoretically, this is all just mystical stories from the Bible. Shrooms. And so we're like, okay. Like, again, 10 minutes later, we look at each other like, are you? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're doing it. It's happening. Kev kind of has a little panic, has to go like vomit behind a tent or something because he's thinking he's going to die because we've done this twice now and we're fucking idiots. We get dumb together. I don't know why. And then he comes back and he's like, I feel great. And it was microdoses. Again, like, if allegedly, hypothetically, if you've never done microdoses, there's not a lot, if any, visual effect whatsoever. It's kind of like a high of weed or something. It's just this kind of like overall fuzzy, uplifted, like I want to dance or something, or maybe lay down and sleep for 4 hours. I don't know. It can do a lot of things to you, but microdoses tend to be very, very calm, not any like hallucinating. And if you've never, allegedly, hypothetically, none of us have ever done this, but if you've ever allegedly, hypothetically, never done like hallucinogens, the way the movies portray them is not it. It's more like a kaleidoscope. of things or like, I don't know how to say it. Like if you looked at some art that had gears in it, the gears might start turning up here. That's more, but like I've never heard from anyone actually seeing things unless they are super fucked up and I don't know what they're on. Like that's the limits I never want to go to, and I don't know anyone who really does that because that seems really dangerous. Allegedly, hypothetically, theoretical fuckery, exactly. But yeah, that's now two burns in 3 times in a row. I've done that. It's not the smartest choice to do. I'm here to learn for you. Thank you, Prosmus. It was lovely. The weather, my dudes, I cannot tell you. Like, as per tradition, going to the airport to leave, I cried because just the sheer knowledge that I was leaving glorious 85-degree, sunny-ass, perfect weather and a beach and the ocean and all of my bathing suits for 4 degrees and snow. I cried like a little bitch. Just fucking cried. That's how much I hate to be cold. It's crazy. I get so emotional about that shit. That sucked. But other than that, it was a blast. No ceiling babies. I've never had ceiling. I see more shit sober than I do on drugs. Genuinely, like when I was a kid, my bedroom was spackle walls, but then my mom let me paint it maroon, and then it was actually a color called pomegranate. I don't know why I remember that. And then we had sponges, and we like sponged a dark maroon gloss over it, so it was like looked textured or whatever. My room looked like a fucking sex dungeon. It was the best. But I would stare at my walls at nighttime, and I could pick out faces in the texture and the spackle and shit. Not seeing faces, like I'd see the same one every night. Like it was like a face I could make out with the weird spackle texture on the wall. That's never happened to me high. That's my sober mind going crazy. That happens to me way more often than theoretically, hypothetically, anything I've ever been on, if that makes sense. The mirror breathing, yes, exactly. That's more it. It kind of things, that's what I was trying to say with kaleidoscoping. Like there was this really cool art piece at Burning Man last year that was around Center Camp, and it was very Escher-esque. I don't know how to explain that. Not a painting. Did I say painting? It was a sculpture. It was a sculpture. I'm sorry. It was a sculpture, but it had like these really cool, like, almost looked like, oh my God, have you seen the green cauliflower that looks like geometric shapes? Hold on. It looked like that. And this is a really good example of what at least my levels of like microdosing to half dosing, hypothetically, theoretically, shenanigans, shrooms, psychedelics in general. I'm just gonna Google green cauliflower and see what. Yep, there it is. It's Brocco flower, a hybrid that's a cross between broccoli and cauliflower. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Romanesco. So this art piece, like this sculpture. Is it going to do the right screen? Yes. Looked like that. So like those kind of like tons of little pieces making up one large thing that were excessively symmetrical and really, really pretty. I mean, it was a beautiful art piece. But like hypothetically, theoretically, after having an Altoid, the points, they all start individually kind of spinning a little bit, like a kaleidoscope does. Like if you were to do this with a kaleidoscope, everything kind of does, but it's not doing that. And you know that, like that's why I've never wanted to go beyond the point where I don't know that's actually not happening. It's way more fun to me if I'm seeing it and I'm like, I know that's not real, but whoa, it's moving. That's fun. I never want to be to that point where I'm like, is it moving though? Tell me. I don't want that ever. Fractals, is that what it is? Fractals. Beautiful. And it was like these really cool fractal, just like projections coming off of these, and it was huge and steel and really, really cool looking. But walking around that at night with all the different lights going off of it, it would start to turn because of an Altoid, allegedly, theoretically. But I've never like seen walls melt. I've never seen things that aren't there. My mind just like exaggerates what's there. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? So I think that's why a lot of the time when people talk about doing drugs like that, they talk about like right setting tone, atmosphere, mood, because if you put yourself in an icky place, your brain's gonna exaggerate on the icky. Whereas, like, if you put yourself in a beautiful place surrounded by good people and beautiful things, your brain's gonna more exaggerate on that, and that's a lot healthier for you. Theoretically, hypothetically, Chronicle, yes. Theoretically. In the 60s, the TV programs showed hallucinogens by showing the red, green, and blue drifting apart. I suppose that was the cheapest way of doing a visual effect. I was amazed when the first visual effect I, allegedly, had the one time I did acid was exactly that. A lot of color shifting. Color shifting can happen. And for me, my brain translates that into movement. Things more move for me than, I don't know, than that, if that makes sense. Seeing walls melt means there's a bad paint job. Yes. Does anything make sense anymore? Does it need to? When I used to work at a call center and then the door of the bar at night, I would sleep for 4 hours between shifts. That's when I encountered what a third can of Monster can do. Oh my God, what happened? Wait. How many? I mean, Monster's like a ton of vitamin B, isn't it? And niacin? What did that do to your... No shit, that's what it did? Is that the caffeine? That's so much in one day. Holy shit. Wow. Set, setting, and dose. The mindset, the setting you're in, the amount you take exactly, the people you're with, genuinely how they make you feel before you're high. Like, everything's just going to be allegedly, hypothetically exaggerated by that. Which is why a lot of people, I think, do, like, in a safe setting, usually with someone guiding them, like, bigger doses of shrooms or, like, ayahuasca, things like that, because they can get deep in something they're feeling and kind of, like, force their body to go through it. And when they come out at the other end, and I don't advise doing any of these things professionally in any way, shape, or form. Find someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. They can emotionally get through something. It like forces them to go through it because they're just in it. And when they come out the other side, they never have to really think about that. Or they've like, I think Taylor Tomlinson has a joke about it. Like, she says something like, I got bangs and then I did shrooms, which I wish I would have done first because I forgave myself. And now I have bangs. It's hilarious, but it's kind of real. Something that helps too, if you start to have a bad trip, change your setting, go on like a 10-minute walk, be somewhere new, and it should help. Allegedly, very much so. Very, very much so, yes. This was like 12 years ago, so I'm not sure and worried what used to be in Monster back then. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I have Monster in my fridge. I could literally go grab it. It's like it's caffeine. It's a decent amount of caffeine, but then it's a ton of vitamins. Like niacin and vitamin B, B13 I think is in there, which tends to, it's good for neural activity or whatever, but it gives you kind of an energy boost. Ego death, maybe it's something like that, yeah. Caffeine is in a similar family as MDMA and other hallucinogenics, very much so. It just takes a lot more, which is wild. Always be mentally prepared when you take psychedelics because it will bring up everything, very, very much so, allegedly, hypothetically. And, you know, don't do those things. No one needs to do these things. Well, maybe, allegedly, hypothetically. I'm not one to suggest them. So I was driving home on a road trip, didn't sleep for 24 hours, Jesus. Then drove 13 hours straight. I was slamming Monsters and chain smoking. After one Monster an hour and 2 packs of cigs on the trip, I started hallucinating. The taillights of the car ahead of me turned into a glowing snake eyes of a viper waiting to strike. That's fucking horrifying. They pulled a lot of ingredients since it was first created. Monster, really, I believe it, because there was, like, the first energy drinks out there, wasn't it, like, SoBe? It was, like, SoBe, and I want to say there was one other brand that started putting, like, unusual, like, taurine, things we'd never really seen in beverages before. So, theoretically, hypothetically, it's a big bummer when it comes to SSRIs. As far as I know, and in my hypothetical personal experience, being on an SSRI makes it so drugs that affect serotonin levels do fuck all, and it's a waste of money. About what up, badass? How are you? SoBe Energy, the citrus drink in the glass bottle was my baby. I love the orange one. It was like a creamy orange color. I loved it. It was crazy. Yeah, there's something about that where so what us it's I haven't gone over this in a really long time actually. So what an SSRI is, or a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So what that is doing essentially, let me see, where's my visual aids? Sorry about the cord. Perfect. Okay. So you have metabolizers in your brain, and you have what releases serotonin and dopamine when you do something that makes you happy. Fuck, eat, etc. Go on a roller coaster, whatever makes you happy. Releases those. For some reason, there's a large amount of us out there that we don't release enough serotonin and dopamine doing the same activities everybody else does every day that makes them happy and functional to even function as a human. Serotonin and dopamine have a lot to do with like nerve glide function and not shaking like a maniac, etc. There's a lot of things that it has to do with other than just feeling in general happy. So what a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor does is you've got your metabolizers, you've got the dopamine releasers, right? So you've got free-flowing dopamine and serotonin. What your SSRI does is it blocks those metabolizers so that we can have more adequate free-flowing serotonin and dopamine in our head at a time, which really just brings us up to normal levels, brings us up to what everyday people need to function as a human and not have regular panic attacks. It blocks those metabolizers so that we have more free-flowing dopamine and serotonin. What happens, though, is because of those blocked metabolizers, there becomes a finite amount your brain can take before hitting serotonin syndrome, which Google it, it's terrible. And so, like, cocaine, for instance, a lot of uppers, LSD acid, 2CB, MDMA, ecstasy will have absolutely no effect because the metabolizers needed to metabolize that additional serotonin and dopamine that's being released constantly have been blocked by your drug. And it takes 6 to 8 weeks for that drug to actually take effect. So when you stop taking that drug for a week, it's going to take another 6 to 10 weeks. It's is it 6 to 10 or 6 to 8? 6 to 8 weeks, I think, for that to actually build up to your prescribed dose again. You basically can't be happy again, ever. Like, you never feel joy. Fucking nightmare. Nightmare. Chapstick. Thank you, Jay Horton. It was wonderful. So shrooms are the one that is different. Shrooms, they do increase your release of serotonin, but there's something different about shrooms where allegedly, hypothetically, y'all know I'm medicated and allegedly, hypothetically, did a lot of shrooms and had a lot of fun. There's something different about it where it's not necessarily causing an excess release of serotonin. So it's not like an upper. It's more how you are experiencing that serotonin, how that serotonin is being utilized. And I don't know if that has to do with like it being more of a natural thing that hasn't been fucked by humans yet. Allegedly, hypothetically. Thank you. They lasted the beach and literally being the fire woman. I'm pretty impressed. And I didn't lose one gem.
I'm gay.
Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving an anus its wings with that prime sub, Shad. I fucking appreciate you. So this is the kicker, Super Baba. So like I was on Lexpro. I'm on Lexpro for a long time. This is what, and I don't know, but I theorize that this is what happens a lot of the time is that they put us on SSRIs, but they don't quite explain that SSRIs are not a happy pill. And I'm not saying anyone thinks that, but I know when I went on SSRIs, I was quite literally living by the alarm on my phone every night when I got to take that next one. Because I was so anxious and so fucking panicky. I was literally just sweating constantly. I couldn't stop losing weight. I couldn't taste food. It was horrible. I was living, just waiting to take that next pill because I was convinced, like magic, it has to happen. And it takes 8 weeks. But what they don't really explain is that you still have to do activities that release the serotonin. Like just going about the exact same life you had before SSRIs is not going to cut it. And so what a lot of people do subconsciously, like it's not even a conscious thing. Eating is like the number one way that we love to get a nice dopamine serotonin hit in our head is by eating something delicious, and it's easy and we do it subconsciously and we're like, I feel a little sad and low, eat something. Feel a little sad and low, eat something. And a lot of people that get on narcissized tend to gain a lot of weight because of that, or the opposite. They lose the appetite and they lose a lot of weight. It can go either way, depending on your body chemistry. But you still have to, like, you have to change your life and do shit to release the serotonin, which sucks. Like, there's still work involved, and fuck all that. What up, Creepy Malaise? How are you, love? Never forget your prime. Every time you do, Bezos gets a $5 bill shoved in his greasy-ass G-string. And he does nothing for society.
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Ooh, dramatic fun. If you were to eat shrooms allegedly, would you just need a bigger dose? Theoretically. You don't. I don't think so. So with shrooms, because it's always taken by mouth, it's either allegedly, hypothetically, made into a tea, or what my camp, allegedly, hypothetically, this didn't happen, did was genius. I loved it so much. So what they did is they ground up the shrooms into a powder, and then they added one, like, I don't know the part-to-part ratio, but they added ginger powder, and then they put those in little gel capsules, and they weighed out the powder before they put it in, so they knew about the dose you were getting. So, like, each gel capsule was about 0.25 of a gram. And what I've been led to believe is taking around 1 to 3 grams is that, like, psychedelic hypothetical moment. Whereas when you're going 0.25, 0.5 to 0.75, it's more that microdose stage that I was talking about, where it's not heavy visuals by any means. Like, I had to kind of try for the visuals, hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had 2 of these beautiful trees, the sea grapes that had turned into trees that were, like, over our camp and shaded us. And the bark had a really cool pattern where it would break off in circles. And if I kind of zoned out and let my eyes cross and stared at it long enough, they would start to turn a little bit. But as soon as it was more just like getting a little up, like a little mood elevation to go out and do stuff. That was hypothetically, theoretically. I think because it's metabolized and goes through your stomach, though, I think your dosage tends to be your tolerance, like if you've ever taken them before, because obviously if you're unfamiliar with the effects, they're going to feel very different and very strong no matter what your dosage. And then I think it has to do with your size of person. Like, genuinely, like how big you are, your metabolism, etc. I'm a lightweight when it comes to anything, like alcohol, hypotheticals, anything. I'm a super lightweight, so I tend to start really, really small, and I wait, and then I add a little bit, and then I wait. I never dive face first in, because I don't know if I'm a lightweight or I just feel things really strongly. But I don't do that. I don't like to do that at all. That being said, first burn where I effectively did not hypothetically take Molly. Thank you. Molly makes me sick. Jay Horton, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving a fucking anus swings for 10 months. I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in old ways, because nothing is sexier than pure with consent. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, my chat just doubled. Don't do that. Me and my wife love listening to you talk about medical stuff. Oh, thank you. I like talking about medical stuff. It's fun. We had a semi-medical emergency that was interesting at one of the camps nearby. Someone was having a heart instance. Someone comes over to our camp and they're like, hey, someone in our camp has a heart issue and they're kind of feeling really drowsy and not doing too good. Can we borrow some food? And my ears and the pharmacist in my camp are like, I'm sorry. And we just start walking from where that person came from. Like, I don't think food's going to do it if there's a heart. They were fine. They literally were just like so fucking dehydrated beyond reason that their blood pressure had tanked to a dumb low level. So we just started feeding them salt and water and they were fine. But like, what the fuck? Yeah, dehydration's the number one killer out there in that heat, man. It's crazy. Nah, dude, Bruiser, I totally get that. I like weed. I like the smell of weed. Like, if I get, like, a vape or something for travel, I don't want it to taste like blueberry muffin cake fucking ass. Just weed. It can just taste like weed. I like weed. I've been smoking it for a long time. I'm a big fan. Go weed, not a cult. Yes, you can allegedly talk about the lemon drop, hypothetically, from the Bible story we read about at Loveburn. Yeah, retell the story of the hypothetical alleged beverage. Is there a certain strain that people enjoy? I use penis heavy and it really hurts my tummy from the chitin of shrooms. Honestly, I've never done it myself. I've always just taken other people's. Like, I've never bought, hypothetically, allegedly, anything like that. It's usually friends of mine whom I trust. I'm not, well, I can't lie to you guys. You know, Molly works by, basically what Molly is a component of ecstasy. So ecstasy is speed plus MDMA. I actually have a card. So this is why we're on this. So hypothetically, allegedly, there are no illicit, illegal drugs at burns, at festivals. The things that we do, they aren't there. That being said, there's a whole lot of tents around that give away free drug testing kits and lots of amazing information about maybe some hypothetical drugs you might take. And so me and my friends all went there and we grabbed all the cards that we hypothetically interacted with that weekend. And I think I grabbed an MDMA one. I did not take MDMA because I have taken it allegedly, hypothetically, Bible story, not real. I've taken it twice, and both times I just spend an hour puking my guts out and then I go to sleep. So I just stopped because I don't want to waste my time puking my guts out. I already have problems keeping weight on. Like, stop it. Soapbox time. Boycott Bass Nectar. I don't know who that is. So easy. Oh, a little over a year ago, my chemicals just bottomed out. I started taking my SSRIs again, thinking, oh, this will fix me. But oh my God, it was the worst. Thought I'd never be happy again. Finally went to see my doctor and therapist, got some extra meds, was told to not do anything more than absolutely necessary and just rest until the meds take effect. I expected them all to tell me to push through it and make myself, oh, I'm so happy they told you to give yourself room for rest, though. My God, that's rare. Fox, how are you, love? I like the skunk. Yeah. Honestly, the weed that I don't like is when it smells like piss. Some strains just straight up smell like piss, like cat piss. Not a fan. I don't like it. Here's our MDMA card. The art is beautiful. Of course, they all have really pretty art, but I can just read to you from it because it's actually, I love this stuff. I love to learn about it, even though I'm never going to take it again because I hate it. And it makes me feel sick. Allegedly, hypothetically, I've never done it before, but you know what I'm saying. Exactly. Literally, I mean, they're legal. It's not an under the counter, not above board thing to go find drug testing kits. You can get them at CVS, Walgreens, Amazon. There are drug testing kits all over the place on the internets, probably at your pharmacy, where it's quite literally a little baggie that has something in it and you'll activate it. You put your drug in and the color it turns, it's got a chart and it will tell you exactly what is in what you are about to take. Exactly. I cannot say enough. If you are thinking of hypothetically, theoretically, trying some funsies, even if you're doing microdoses, test your fucking drugs because that shroom could be dipped in something dangerous. You just never know. You don't know. There's shitty people all over the place. Get these fucking kits. They're so cheap and so worth having. Go find them. Please. They're just, I mean, literally, even if you don't want to do these things, but you go to festivals or something, they're worth keeping around for your friends. Like, I've told you guys this story. I think I've told you guys this story before, but a friend of mine, allegedly, hypothetically, that I used to work with at a hospital, that will go without name, liked to get a little snow on the weekends, right? Little Coke, whatever. And one weekend they got some Coke and they snorted some and then the next morning woke up and could not remember anything from the previous night. And they were like, wow, that's not how Coke works. So they went and got a kit, tested their Coke, and it was the Coke they got from the same guy for the last 5 years, blah, 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 blah. Trust this guy. It was meth. It was just meth with some fentanyl in it. And this was a friend of mine who worked at a hospital. So God forbid she got drug tested for any particular reason and fentanyl showed up now. The fuck? Scary. You just don't know. Like, why even fucking risk a moment of your existence? Just test it. That's scary fucking shit. I know. It's just, there's shitty people all over the place. And fentanyl's getting in anything. Fentanyl is in everything. I highly suggest testing if for no other reason other than to make sure you're not consuming fentanyl. Because fentanyl doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you super extra high or anything like that. All it does is make you violently ill when you come down from it. So then you even more aggressively seek out your next hit so you don't become violently ill. So fentanyl is making everything 10 times more addictive than it should be, and it's disgusting. Don't fuck with that shit. Period. No hypotheticals involved. Period. Don't fuck around with your life. Your brain. Anyways, MDMA, let's read about it. Should be interesting. I think I read a little bit at the airport yesterday. What is MDMA? MDMA, known as Molly or ecstasy, belongs to a family of drugs called enactogens. Quotes, touch within. MDMA was popularized by use in party, specifically rave communities, as well as more intimate social environments. Before it was made illegal in 1985, MDMA was a medication introduced to psychotherapy by Dr. Alexander Shulgin. Studies are currently evaluating the effectiveness of MDMA in PTSD treatment. It is on track to be approved by the FDA as a prescription medication in 2023. I don't know if that actually happened. What are the effects? Physical effects of MDA include enhanced tactile sensation, typical stimulant effects around increased blood pressure and heart rate. Users may also experience dehydration, teeth grinding, eye wiggles, and difficulty urinating. So the only thing I want to correct on this is there is, in my experience, hypothetically, allegedly, a difference between MDMA and ecstasy. Molly is MDMA. Ecstasy is MDMA with some Adderall or some sort of stimulant on top of it, and that's the one that can give you heart issues. But I remember reading this a little bit. They're gonna explain that no one's ever died from Molly before. However, ecstasy, it's happened because stimulants, right, can fuck with your heart. Absolutely. On your birthday, oh my God, that's kind of magical, Rod. I feel like you have to go. That's kind of magical because I don't know if you've heard about the dust bath you're gonna get. But they make you real unprecious about the dust really quick. I'll tell you if you want to know, or I'll leave it a surprise. But no one avoids it. They're gonna dust bathe you like a motherfucking chinchilla, bro. And if it's your birthday, you'll probably get an even more special, like a spanking and a dust bath. I don't know. It's a party drug, any party city, right? And I know Miami's one of those, but I have no idea. So it says the teeth grinding, eye wiggles, and difficulty urinating. A lot of that comes from stimulants. Sorry, the writing is so small. It's microscopic, so I'm sitting here with my finger under it. The cognitive effects of MDMA include euphoria, feelings of well-being, and increased sociability. People also experience heightened feelings of empathy, emotional warmth, openness, and self-acceptance. MDMA is typically swallowed as a tablet or a capsule. Effects usually felt within 20 to 40 minutes, and the peak effects usually last around 90 to 120 minutes. So I puked the entire effects, allegedly, whenever I tried it. The entire time I just puked. I'm never doing it again. Just not my jam. It's very rare for an MDMA roll to be frightening or unpleasant, although underdosing, doing too little, can feel very uncomfortable, and doing too much can be dangerous. What's a typical dose? For most people, a standard dose of MDMA is between 80 and 125 milligrams. Some people require more to feel the desired effects, while others require less. Note, needing to take more and more MDMA to feel it properly indicates that you are building a tolerance and maybe rolling too frequently. Taking a single redose of 1/3 to 1/2 of the original dose around 90 minutes later can extend the peak of the experience by a few hours. Redosing any more than this will usually only increase side effects, especially the hangover. That's another thing I didn't talk about. So a lot of things that do the serotonin thing, another reason they're very, very dangerous for people on SSRIs is because they cause your body to start rapid firing serotonin, dopamine, all your happy shit really fast at one time for like 90 to 120 minutes. There's something called like what is it? There's a terrible term for it. It's like Suicide Tuesday. It's very insensitive. What the fuck is that called? There's something like that where it's like the weekend after rolling, you often have a very, very sad day where your body is half what it normally is and what you're normally at is already low. And so Blue Tuesday, is that what it is? Blue Tuesday? I heard like Suicide Tuesday, which is terrible. But there's a refractory period where your body now has to re-metabolize and rebuild up serotonin and dopamine because it's like borrowing happiness from tomorrow is essentially what MDMA is doing. So so it's really dangerous for those of us who already have low amounts of these things. Not worth fucking around. There's a world of fun things to allegedly, hypothetically experiment with that won't fuck with your brain. And if your brain's silly like me, I just wouldn't suggest it. Personally, in any way, shape, or form, hypothetical or otherwise. I wouldn't. It's not worth it. We're so fucking just trying to get balanced. Why fuck with a good thing? And that alcohol, the alcohol card talks about this as well, but this is something to bring up. If you are on SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, like I talked about, what they do is they block those metabolizers so you can have more free-flowing serotonin to feel more like a normal, quote-unquote, functioning human being, and it doesn't, like, interrupt your day, right? What alcohol does is it literally flushes all those blockers away. So that 8 weeks of buildup to get to your prescribed dose is done in a good night of drinking. Done. And I mean a good night of drinking. A couple beers ain't gonna do it. You're fine. But if you going hard on, it's done. It's very dangerous with that. Don't fuck around with alcohol and SSRIs. If you really want to party, please talk to your doctor. That's just my aside on that one. So it talks about typical dose, and then it says, be careful. And the be careful section is huge on this one. Since MDMA increases core body temperature, overheating is a serious risk. This risk is compounded by being in a hot environment, taking a large dose, mixing with other temperature-raising drugs like cocaine or amphetamines, and or lots of physical exertion. Severe headache on any stimulant may be a sign of dangerously high blood pressure. Seek medical attention for a severe splitting headache. Drinking too much or little water on MDMA can be deadly. We all know about that, right? Everybody knows the wee for your wee. At least for me, I'm on Lexapro and Adderall, and I don't feel the effects of alcohol well. It isn't worth it. No. I have an occasional drink once in a while, like, because the taste, but alcohol is gross. An e-hole. That does feel weird. I mean, oh my God, Terralyn, I remember, you just reminded me. This is crazy. I remember I was young. I don't know. And it was some show on TV at my grandma's house that was like, they were interviewing a woman who had abused ecstasy for many, many years. And the way she talked about the repercussions of that was that she had holes in her brain. And to this day, I've never done X because I'm like, holes in your brain. Like the visuals that incited in me, wild. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely clutch. I'm going to post all the cards and the consent cards as well. They're great. They have so much useful information on them. I know. This shit should just be available everywhere. And I'll post, there's actually a website. So if anybody wants to go there, it's dancesafe.org. And I bet, you know what? I bet if we go to it, they'll have the square, what do you call that? There's a name for that kind of chart where it's like, list the drugs, map them. Is it dangerous? And you like read the square you get to. What is that called? There's a note. There's a fucking word for that. Hold on. A diagram. Is that it? Mr. Anderson, welcome back. We've missed you. Beautiful. Let me see. Show me. Man, this website's cool. I don't know where to go to find that one map, though. Important reagent reaction updates. Dance safe fentanyl test strips. My dudes, this website's the best thing out of Loveburn so far. It even teaches you how to fucking use the kits. This is, I mean, literally what we're just going over, because fuck fentanyl. Amazing. I love this. There's so much, and then there's the kits. New fentanyl test strip, single test strip is $2. $2. Like, there is fucking absolutely not one valid reason why we shouldn't have at least a couple of these in our cupboards if we're even around anything like that. Just period, end of story. That's incredible. That's amazing. Pack of 10's $18.99. New fentanyl test strips, box of 100 is $130. And this is incredible. Like, there's no reason, if you're going to be around anything allegedly, hypothetically, you should have something like this. You shouldn't have something like this. And then it has all the instructions on how to use it. This website, so I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I just want to find that... is it drug information? There's all the cards. And see, I only grabbed the cards that I allegedly, hypothetically partook in, but there's like DMT. I didn't grab a cannabis card, and I don't know why. DMT. Well, this is 5-MeO DMT, DMT, G, heroin. I didn't grab those cards because I mean, maybe it goes without saying, but I'm not on heroin, meth, ketamine, or nitrous oxide or poppers. But like, there's all the cards right there. So I can still screenshot them, but I didn't even realize they were still going to be on this, which is incredible. I want to see that big chart, though, that I saw at the camp, because that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Meet and greet archive, drug cards, we love consent. Where would that fucking chart be? Why did they pass out? It's got to be on here, right? Well, you know, I didn't have any weed at that point. So, I wasn't on weed. I don't travel with marijuana like I did. So, really, I genuinely just, you know, allegedly, hypothetically, you know, grab the cards I was on. Reagents. So these are the ones I was talking about where it'll change the color of any drug you're trying. Like, these are all drug testing kits. You just need this shit. This is amazing. This website's so good. dancesafe.org. Chapter materials? What is that? I just want your drug chart. Whatever. I don't even know what it's called to find it, though. I don't know what it's called. I thought it would be a drug info card, but it was a big card. Oh, there's the, you can literally buy a huge pack of all the drug cards at once, but it doesn't have the fucking big chart. Where's the big chart? It would be like, I don't know. Go to that website. You guys find it. It's dope. It's in there. It's very helpful. Can an everyday non-emergency responder get naloxone injectors? I think in some states, yes. I believe so. Narcan? Yes. I believe that is something absolutely that is, I think they're expensive, but I think you can attain them, yeah. Mike, that's the chart I'm talking about. Yes. And I don't know how to find it on their damn website. That's just reagents. And it's not in the drug cards. But yeah, it was genuinely this huge chart that was like every drug you could think of. It had SSRIs on it. It had lithium. Like, it had prescribed drugs as well as, like, it had heart medications as well as drugs. So like 2CX, LSD, cannabis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it had prescribed, and it had that. And then you would fucking float. It was amazing. And I want to find it on their website. I just don't know how. Is it in their merch? I'm just going to go through every one of their fucking educational literature. Yes. Is it there? No. No, it's not. Harm reduction supplies. Is it there? No, that's testing kits. Testing kits. Where's your big chart that was on your camp? I think Zeke might have actually taken a picture of it. Man, that's upsetting. I wish I could find it because it was so good. Remind me when he comes out, if he comes out. I don't know if he's working today, but I will ask him because I think he sent me a picture of it. Or he took a picture of it at least. Drug checking, drug information, learn about We Love Consent. That's not it. Reagents, want to stay in the loop. Of course I do, but like not now. I'm just looking for your fucking big old chart that was super cool. Bastards! Bastards! I have no idea where it is. I'll find it. Clutch, I believe it. Yeah, you should test everything. The University Medical Office gave out Narcan for free, and that's what I'm saying. I know in Seattle at the safe injection sites, Kel, they do the same. Safe injection sites will absolutely give out Narcan. They should. Bruiser, I feel that spiritually. I'm on the autism spectrum, so I'm scared to do anything not given to me by my doctor. That is a very, very healthy viewpoint. Yes, that is the way it should be. Honestly, like, how do I put this? It's always best to be honest with your doctor. Always, your doctor, your nurse, your RT, whoever the fuck, your medical professional. Unless you look like you are dying or you have a heroin on you or a needle in your arm, I'm not calling the cops because of that. Like, I'm here to save your life. That's it. I don't know how to put that. So, like, if someone comes into an office and they're like, hey, allegedly, if I was to go on a trip and take some cocaine, would that cause my asthma to be exacerbated? I'm going to be honest with them in that, and I'm not going to lie to them. Because no matter what I say, if someone wants to do cocaine, they're going to do cocaine. I'm just here to make the information real. But you know what I'm saying? Like, never lie to your medical professionals. It's so fucking dangerous. We're not there to bust you for anything. We're there to keep you alive. That's it. Ooh, is it wonderful? Wait, Viata, how many colors did you get? Thanks, Sai. How are you? I'm not going to lie. A lot of local police kind of make it harder to get Narcan due to them constantly fighting the paramedics, firefighters, unfortunately. At least in Kansas, that's depressing and just sad and evil. Evil. Fuck that. First time I smoked, I got it from a guy at a concert. It turned out it was dipped in embalming fluid. Oh my God, what did that do to your brain? I had a fucked up weed experience too. To this day, I have no idea what I smoked. But I went to a friend's house and they were like, here, it was like a little bubbler and it was a full bowl. And I was like, yeah, cheers. And it was 4th of July. And like, I don't know. I have no idea. It was like, it was something else. Cause I was like having flash in, flash outs of blackout there, like my memories of the night. Barely remember any of the fireworks. And then I just remember having like overwhelming amounts of energy and power. And like, my college town of Bellingham is quite literally just hills like this everywhere, like doing this. And I fucking power walked up the steepest hill to get home. And all of my friends were like a mile behind me, like huffing. And I didn't feel a fucking thing. Weed doesn't do that ever. That doesn't do that. I have no clue though. I remember asking the guy later and he was like, oh, I think there was like some hash oil like in the bowl. I was like, you did there's something. I've smoked weed my whole life, basically, like more of my life than I haven't, much more of my life than I haven't. That's not what weed does. There's something in your shit, like speed, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Or, I hate to say it, crack cocaine. Like, that's, like, there's cocaine and there's crack. And if you don't know, they're the same thing, but crack has baking soda added so that it becomes a rock. It causes, like, the cocaine to congeal and into a rock that is now smokable. That is the only difference between crack and cocaine. So, like, if it's smokable, it's crack. Like, did you fucking smoke me crack? I've never done meth, but I think it was about the same effect. That's fucking scary. Yeah. Yeah, weed has never done that. No, it does not make me a superhero. I've run high. It does not make my run easy. By any means. It's the cocaine. I love cocaine. What is that, the clown? Queens! What's the news? Crack whore. I know. My God. I'm really glad I didn't like it. It just scared me. Like, I don't like to do anything to excess to the point where I'm forgetting or not knowing what reality is anymore. Like, that's not my jam. That's not where I'm at. Hypothetically, like, theoretically speaking of our Bible stories about maybe experiencing drugs. Never. I'm not here to escape reality. I'm here to augment it. And that was escaping half my night. Like, black out. Blink, and suddenly I'm 2 miles down the road. Blink, and the fireworks are halfway over. Like, fuck that. I hated it. I don't like that feeling at all. Dr. Roxo loves cocaine. I've got a great Dr. Roxo a little bit today. My voice is so bad. Cokie the clown. He does love cocaine. It's facts. This is just going to give you a feeling of no pain. Is that what's like? I thought the same. PCP. I don't want to think that I've done that in my life. I didn't grab a crack. I did grab a cocaine. It actually, I think, explains the difference between crack and cocaine in here. Do you guys want to know about cocaine? Are you having fun listening to this? I love reading about this stuff. I think it's so fascinating. Like real factual information that's not just out to scare me. Like, did you know little Billy did 3 Cokes and his head exploded and his penis died? I like facts. I like real information. Please feed me real information. Also, it's snowing. Perfect for the cocaine conversation. Bobo, my love, I missed you. How are you, my love? PCP and meth are basically the same. Are they? A lot of my siblings have been on meth at one point or another in their life, and it's been very sad. It's very addicting. Very, very addicting. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I missed the news. Hold on. Our news. We're officially disabled. The VA gave us 95. Oh, fucking cheers to that, queens. Cheers. Cheers to one success in a sea of fuckery. We have to look at our silver linings because the world's on fire. Cheers. How's your Franken neck? Oh, that. My weeks since surgery have been opiate-induced good cop, bad cop. Half the nurses say it's super painful surgery, take your meds. The other half say we're cutting you off, you junkie. Have you mentioned to them? You should say that. Be like, okay, half of you think I should take my pain meds and heal, and half of you are telling me I'm a junkie. You're all nurses. Who's right? Ask. Because as far as I've been educated, personally, it is never good to sit in pain. You will not heal well. Especially when you've had neck, back, spine, split open surgery. We need you relaxed and calm and doing nothing but healing. Because, oh my God. But if you're in pain, you know, anytime you're in pain, you clench down. Or you'll like readjust your body into a weird position to try to lessen the pain, and then you're going to heal in that weird position or heal in that clench down. It's never good for you. You are what? Okay. I don't. Okay. Is that PCP that does that? When you see those videos of people on PCP and they turn into the Hulk and can destroy shit and beat the shit out of people, people are crazy. That's PCP. I always forget. Like, there's a couple really scaries out there that do some scary scaries. I got 20 bottles, but I'm pretty sure a bunch of them are the same color. I had trouble getting a good picture, but I tossed one in the selfies. Oh, I'm excited. Healing well, good. Enjoy the pain meds. Yeah. You were split open like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. I can give you some help. I had to do it all oh, God. It was a massive win for all. We're going to quit school for a bit and just chill since we can do that now. Absolutely. I mean, emotionally self-regulate again. God, how long has it been since you've been able to do that? Although enjoying legit pain meds did turn me into an addict for 15 years. I mean, it's definitely got that effect. But if a doctor's prescribing it to you immediately having the back of your neck sewed up and stapled together, I think that's a reason to keep taking it. But also, like, don't get addicted. I don't want you to die. Or go poor or whatever. That shit, it's horrible. 10% more and you get hooked up with so much. I'm about to put in for an increase soon. Good fucking luck. That's a huge win. Same. True. And that's the thing with medicine. Like, if you come, like, this is why I talk about it at least as often as I can. If you feel like someone is having adverse effects from anything, any illicit substance whatsoever, take that illicit substance off their person and bring them to the hospital. As long as you don't have an amount on your person that we think you're a dealer, or like I said, like a needle hanging out of you or something, we're not calling the cops. I'm there to save your life. That's it. That's it. Like, I just want to save your life. Don't ever let someone sit in an adverse reaction or, God forbid, a fucking overdose or something like that because you're scared of legal repercussions. That's not happening in a hospital at all. No shit, Clutch. Fuck yes. I have fibromyalgia, so I get sick and swollen easily. Tore the bone off my shoulder. Oh. From an injury in Afghanistan. Got to get a hip replacement, multiple surgeries on my shoulder, and exposed to radiation explosions combat. And it took 9 years to get up to 90. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you for your service. I'm sorry our country treats you like second-class citizens. It's fucking disgusting. Don't start sucking D on the streets for pain meds. Just kidding, but be careful. Same. Like, suck all the D you want. I'm not here to judge or kink shame, but, like, be careful. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not here to shame anyone who legitimately needs pain meds, and not here to shame anyone who's addicted to anything. Addiction is a mental... It's just like it's a neurospiciness. I hate to say it. Addiction truly is. Like, it's horrible. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Like, I just truly hope if you are uncomfortable in an addiction, you seek out help. If not, I'm not here to judge that. Addiction is tragic. I don't know how else to put that. Addiction is fucking scary. We've never been able to ever. We are so burnt out. You bitches deserve to close your eyes and breathe. Like, maybe get a massage. Or, you know, I don't like people touch me either, but, like, treat yourself. Some Sonic, a chili cheese dog, maybe. Something. Because, my God, I know that feeling. It's horrific. And it's like, it actually takes some days. It can take I mean, it's going to take time for you to come off that, like, pedestal of, it's horrid. Trying to work a job has been hard, man, but never give up. Thank you, Katie, for it. Legit means a lot. It's so hard. I've known so many people who struggle with that shit, and it's so sick that, like, you go into a career or a job honest, like, I have fibromyalgia or I have CF or something that is horrible, affects you on a daily basis, and, like, I kind of put it on that employer if they don't at least go Google what you've got and try to figure out how we can better help your situation and help you, like, make it to work and, like, have the time off you need and not wear you out to the point where you then have to call in sick or whatever, and then they end up firing people. I've known so many dear friends of mine that happens, fired for something completely out of their control, like literally a systemic disease in their body, like CF or fibro or something. And that's gross and sad. I know, I left my water somewhere. I've been looking for it, can you tell? Let's read this card and then we'll take a break. Oh, shit balls. I have an actual in-person interview. Ooh! That's exciting and nerve-wracking. Little bro lost his job, got caught up in federal gov firings. He got the job through a special program due to his mild autism. Luckily, he should qualify for unemployment. I hope so, for his sake. We got a 3D printer. Ooh, we're going to drop out of uni for a few months. We're pursuing our own creative projects that we want to do because we want, not because we have to. That is so important. I talked about that really recently, Queens, but there was I remember going through school, like 9 years of school. I didn't create one thing. Like, I genuinely did not paint a picture. I didn't draw anything. I didn't sew anything. I did not create because I'm so bad at school. Like, my brain does not, you guys know, a lot of you identify with that. Just like, not a stupid person by any means. Just like the classic school environment is not where I learn. That's not where I thrive. So, like, busting my ass, giving up every hobby or joy I had known to man, reading for fun, etc., painting, sculpting, drawing. I gave up everything because I convinced myself if I wasn't studying 24/7, and I got a B, it was because I wasn't studying 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had been, you'd get an A. I don't get A's. That's not going to happen. Like, I'm just not that person. I test panic, but I'm not a stupid person by any means. And I acknowledge that. Just not that. And, like, coming out of school, there was this period of time where I was like, I don't know how to do. Because I just woke up every morning like, I think there's something I have to do. There's something I need to do. There's something I have to do and need to do. Oh, wait, no, I graduated. Now what? And it was so weird. It was weeks or months or something after I'd graduated that something in my brain went, oh, I should get a book. Oh my God, I can read again. And that's when I actually quantified how much time it had been since I had read for pleasure or painted or drawn, and I was disgusted by it. I was like, holy shit, Katie, the one thing that brings you pleasure in the life, you literally like sliced out. For grades no one gives a fuck about once you graduate. Insane. All right, this is MDMA. Cocaine. What is cocaine? Cocaine is a bitter, numbing powder derived from the leaves of the cocoa plant, which mainly grows in South America. The leaves of the cocoa plant can be chewed or made into tea. Cocoa leaves are used as a mild stimulant similar to caffeine in many countries. Until 1929, Coca-Cola contained caffeine, hence the name, and so did many other over-the-counter food and medicine products. Cocaine is used in medicine today as a local anesthetic, a numbing agent. I've never seen cocaine in the hospital, but maybe. I have something due, and it's constant, right? Like you wake up with that panic of like, what did I forget? Oh God, what did I forget? Yeah, I hate that feeling beyond reason. What are the effects of cocaine? Cocaine is a stimulant. I'm going to keep saying cocaine now. Do you have a picture of the big chart that was on this drug tent? You know, the one where you could be like 2CB plus cannabis. Would you send it to my Discord if you see it? Thank you. I think Zach has a picture, which will be so nice. Because it's a really good chart. And that I can't find on the website for some reason. Cocaine's a stimulant with subjective effects similar to amphetamines, but much shorter acting, 30 to 60 minutes when snorted. Allegedly hypothetical in my experience, 20 minutes max. That drug, all it does is make you want more. Cocaine typically causes feelings of confidence, alertness, talkativeness, and euphoria. People may also feel anxious, irritable, and overstimulated. In other words, it makes you real annoying. Cocaine is usually snorted in bumps or small lines. The effects come on within minutes and peak after about 15 to 30 minutes. When injected, the effects are substantially more intense than snorting and come on in seconds. Don't do that. Don't do drugs. When smoked in the form of crack, I might be a crack or I don't know. The effects come out in seconds and are much stronger than snorting, but wear off within minutes. Powdered cocaine can't be smoked effectively, which is why it has to be converted into crack to smoke. To crack to produce a more substantial rush. So if you smoke it, it lasts for less time, but it's stronger, which makes it very, very, very dangerous. What's a typical dose? Typical snorted dose is between 30 to 70 milligrams. A typical snorted dose of crack smoked dose of crack is between 15 and 50 milligrams. Due to the short duration of acting of cocaine, the writing is microscopic. I swear it's not just my eyes. It's actually super, super small. You wouldn't be able to read this on cocaine. When smoked in the form of crack, the effects come out. A typical snorted dose is between 30 and 70 milligrams. A typical smoked dose of crack is between 15 and 50 milligrams. Due to the short duration of action of cocaine in both hydrochloride powder and crack forms, typically the consumers to build tolerance and require higher doses over a session, actually, or over time, chronically. Thank you. We have the chart. Oh shit! Nuh-uh, Clutch got it too. Fuck, literally the same. Let's see which one's easier to get to. Thank you for finding that. It's such a good chart. I'm going to put it up. I got to open Discord. I didn't have Discord open. Yes. Oh, I'm still logged into Rod. Log out. Or do we fuck with... No, don't do that. That's just mean. Don't fuck with people's Discords. Discord, don't do this to me. Where's my phone? Hold on. I think he took a picture of it. But I might be, I don't know. I don't know how to read a QR code with my computer. Is that weird? All right. I can do the login thing on Discord on here because otherwise I don't remember how. It's terrible. Let me log into my Discord. It's so nice to listen to metal again. Okay, I got Zach's picture, and let me do this link. Oh my god, that's interesting. The one that Zach had a picture of doesn't have a QR code on it. I'm going to try to get the QR code to try to get the link for us. But it's wrinkled. Damn. Damn that wrinkled fucker. It can't read it. Boo. Literally, the one on the left is covered up by like a centimeter, and the one on the right is wrinkled. That's so infuriating, so it can't read either. Fuck. Well, I have the charts, just not the website for them. Well, one is a website, though. It's a Discord link, but I'll show you what we're talking about. Zach's, I don't know why, is a little bit easier to read. Oh shit, maybe I can read that one. That one's not covered up by anything. I'm trying to. What up, Mag? How are you, love? We're all trying to pull up a chart on hypotheticals. How are you today? How's your day going? Different? Oh shit. Mish, did you find it? Is that the chart? Man, it really can't read either of those QR codes. That's so fucking infuriating. What a douche ass. Oh shit, can I read that one? It's the trip set. I mean, I just wanted to get you guys a link to it. I don't know why it's being such a bitch about reading it. I'm gonna try that one. Read it, cunt. Item not found. I know, I'm gonna try Mishy's. I was just trying off that chart. I just wanted to try. It didn't work, but I tried. I just really wanted a QR code to work. That's it. I so rarely go into the world to use the QR code for any fucking reason. But this is really good. This one's great. Hold on. Stop. Okay. Oh, it's just to support them? Well, you can't find it anyways, so. This is the chart, which is amazing. Although this one, I mean, I guess it has tramadol, opioids, alcohol, caffeine, cocaine, MDMA, amphetamines, nitrates. This one doesn't have the prescript. Oh, there's SSRIs. It doesn't have as many. Maybe I've made them up in my head. Benzodiazepine, tramadol, opioids, GHB, alcohol, caffeine, MAQIs, SSRIs, and then the side. I mean, it literally is the same drugs on the side, but like, what's wild to me? Oh my God, Dr. Cla! Is quite wild to me.
Wild like a wild bitch.
We're learning so much today. Welcome, learners. Welcome to class. My name's ClassyKatie, and it's wonderful to meet all of you. We're learning about all this very safe hypothetical drug combination information. It's shit! Scott, how's your little troublemaker's foot? Scott's baby girl got a fucking, I mean, how big is it? Like, Jenny, it looks, I mean, her foot, I'd say that shit, like a screw that long in her foot at least. 2 inches. Oh. And that lives there now, right? That's a big, I mean, I've got a nut in my, my mouth. I've got a bolt in my chin, but I think it's like, you know, a little guy. He's a little guy. That is crazy. Oh, how's she feeling? Thank you, Claude. Drink water. And everyone else who's been sitting and hanging out with Claude, if you need to stand up, get a beverage, stretch your legs, do other things, please feel free. But thank you for stopping by to say hello. We appreciate you. The crazy thing is, I was actually like, and again, this is something I had to be taught as most of my life, I have been consuming marijuana. Large, like, I don't suggest this, but large portion of my life. So, like, I'm pretty much high more often than I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my base mode is high with weed. So, for me, this was very shocking. Jade, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the class alive and giving it fucking ace to swings with that prime sub for a year. What?
Hail Satan, motherfucker. Fuck. I know, and that's actually a good reminder.
This is a consumption of marijuana channel. Please don't ever feel you need to cheers every single time someone says cheers, every single time I cheers. Don't ever try to keep up, as the kids would say. Genuinely, I've smoked pot every day of my life for so many years at this point. Like, it's my base mode. So this shocked me, but for people where weed is not something they consume daily, almost medically at a certain extent, it can be quite the trigger for a really bad experience on a lot of drugs. And like, I was talking to Clutch about that and a few other people in my camp, and they all had personal stories where they were like on a really good hypothetical trip, having a great time, and boom, took one hit of a vape or one hit of a pipe, and they've smoked weed before, and it just turned everything for the worse because that headspace got twisted, like it was a change of scenery, something happened, and it just went icky. But that's like, so you can see where you can say like LSD and cannabis. You've got a yellow bar with a triangle and an exclamation mark in it, which means caution. Proceed with caution, meaning we don't know what that's going to do to you. It's very individual how it affects everybody else, so there's no generalization of that effect. However, you can go LSD and 2CX, which is 2CB, 2CA, 2CC something. There's a class of drugs in the 2C family. 2CB, I have that card because I allegedly, hypothetically have consumed it. Super fun. Real short-acting visuals. Very exciting, hypothetically. What do we say here, kids? There are no drugs on the playa. Thank you. Yes, exactly. But hypothetically speaking, I did get the card. So if you want to learn about 2CB, we can. But it'll say like, so you've got a blue square with an arrow, an upvote arrow pointing up. That means low risk and synergy. So low risk of any bad negative effects going on there, as long as you're not taking too much, going overboard, you're in a safe environment, you're following the card, etc. Maybe those two things will enhance each other. Mescaline, DMT, mushrooms, like LSD seems to be an enhance with pretty much everything except for cannabis, amphetamines, cocaine, tramadol. That's it. So in general, the more blue you see, the safer it is. The light blue is low risk and no synergy, so meaning they're not going to affect each other. Like, you're not going to get the same effect, or if that makes sense. But like, what a cool chart, right? Yes, the graphics in the hypothetical, I'll put the link in chat again, but what a cool thing that I found at Lovebird that was just, I was so impressed. You guys know me. I'm all about being safe as possible, and I'm truly of the belief that people will do whatever they want to do. Why not make it as safe as possible for people to do that? Right? So like, it's got ketamine on there, it's got DXM, it has NBMESs, it's got mescaline. The 2CTX family, I'm not familiar with that one, but I know it's different than the 2CX family, which is 2CB. But cannabis tends to be, cannabis, right? It tends to be a caution,
Go, Pikachu.
which
Come
as a
out.
daily smoker, I would have never thought of that. So this is really educational to me. I love
I'm
that.
gay.
Because taking that forward in my life, I'm probably not going to encourage people mix weed with other drugs unless I know they're a pot smoker on a regular basis and they're fully prepared for that mind state or looking forward to it even. You know what I'm saying? Black Bloom! Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. That's a lot of fucking months and I appreciate you. And don't forget your Prime subs. Every time you do, Jeff Bezos gets a $5 bill shoved up his greasy ass G-string and he does nothing for society, so stop that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, Chronicle does not work. What do you mean? Like on you personally? I've definitely had bad pot trips, but it's usually when I'm already stressed or worried. Same. I've had panicky moments, yeah, for sure. Dude, Bruiser, thank you.
Allow yourself to be penetrated. Be penetrated by everything and everyone that is good in this life.
Fuck butts, suck nuts, motherfuckers.
Hail Satan.
Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it any swings with that Prime sub. I fucking appreciate you. If you ever stop to think about the quantification of how many unused Prime subs out there and how it could probably make a lot of streamers billionaires, it's disgusting. Find your grandma, find your girlfriend, find your kids, close their windows, take that Prime, sub somebody who needs a smile. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know what Kratom is. What is that? Right? Like, I've allegedly, hypothetically, a Bible story here, none of this really happened. I have done 2CB a couple times, and it has been a blast. Like, fun visuals, not a lot of, nothing really going on here. Like, some of this a little bit, but nothing here, which is good, because things that happen here tend to make me anxious. I don't like shit to happen here. But some of this, and just like, oh, trails and stuff, like, it was fun. I felt shit. It was fun. Allegedly. Hypothetically speaking. The 2CB I allegedly hypothetically took was in a gel cap. I want to say it was like a powder or a dust of some kind in a gel cap. Thank you for the hype train, by the way, you generous fucks. Medical Bots Legal in Kentucky now about the reps is trying to make it hard to get. Of course they are. Which is crazy because, like, it's so much money. Like, it's one of the case in points of how fucking dumb some people are is not realizing how much money is in marijuana. And, like, I'm not shaming tobacco or anything like that, but, like, tobacco kills its user base. Weed doesn't. I'm gonna live forever feeding into that machine that is the pot industry. Like, I'm gonna be, like, 90, like, how you kids doing? You know, it's not gonna kill me. Therefore, I'm a lifer customer. I think that's like a much more real, like, I think that's a beneficial market plan. Just me. I love streams that actually talk to their audience and don't treat them like a nuisance. Oh my God, I live for my audience. That's all I do. Audience, my friends, my people, cheers. There's my lighter. I don't know if I mean, I have, is a blotter like a tab? Like a stamp? Where it's like it's been dropped on? Because I don't know, I've never seen 2CB in a liquid form. It's always been in a gel cap, but I don't, like people do LSD. I don't know if it's done. We have the card. Bitch, let's learn about it. Where's my cocaine card? We're still learning about cocaine, aren't we? Yeah, we have to learn about the risks of cocaine. Cheers. Have a good nap, Clutch. It was wonderful, Jade. I mean, I would have had a blast with just the beach because it was so nice to just lay out in the sand and swim. Even though, oh my God, I don't know if you guys, like, I'm guessing you saw my pictures on Instagram. There was one morning where the wind kicked up really hard, and, like, I saw personally at least 5 man-o-wars blow up onto the shore. And they were moving at such a speed that all of their tendrils were behind them by the wind. So I got close, 2 meters away, to take, like, a picture with my phone of them. Their tendrils are so long, but oh, ouchie, 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 ouchies. Like, I don't know if they'll kill, but I know man-o-wars are one of the most painful stings you can possibly encounter in a jellyfish, and a lot of them washed up one day. That was pretty scary. You mean Adderall? You would think the government would be drooling over something else they could tax the fuck out of. Same. Yes. I mean, I remember when I was living in Washington, the year that they legalized, like, they actually, because, you know, because weed is weird in the States, because of, like, it's legal in some states, but it's not federally legal. So, because banks are federal, you can't put your money in a bank from marijuana sales. So, like, it has to be held in cash in a safe, which is scary and dangerous. And because of that, like, they have to pre-allocate where their taxes from the weed income is gonna go. And they made so much on the first year. They had, like, so much money left over. They ended up paying for, like, road repairs and schools almost exclusively from weed sales. Like, just funding schools in the state. That's how much money that shit raked in. It is wild. On that note, I desperately need a beverage. So we're going to read about these more. But stand up, stretch your legs, take a break, load a bowl, get a beverage, get some water. We all need some water right now. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I got beverages. I was so dehydrated. I really liked hold on. I really enjoyed Disjointed until like the last season where it was like the sentient grow light or something that was Snoop Dogg. What was that? Oh man, I watched it when it first came out and I forgot. But I thought it was goofy and fucking cute. It was funny. Kathy Bates. Like, it's crazy that it was Kathy Bates, right? I'm bad at names. Yeah, Kathy Bates. That was wild, but what a funny show. If you've never seen Disjointed, it was very funny. But the last season, I can kind of see where it went off. I still think of Olivia's shitballs. Like, regularly. Poor Olivia and her shitballs. I have my heated blanket, but goddamn is it cold.
Go, Pikachu. Come out.
I'm gay!
I'm gay.
Ike Wolf, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings.
For 91 months? Holy fuck. Jesus. Thank you for that Prime sub for 91 months. We're dying. To Sir Pickles.
Yeah, big wow. We've been around. I love you, boo. Song? Oh, this song. I got confused. Okay. Is the music at an okay level? I think it is. I was going to finish the cocaine card, the alleged. That's 2CB. The be careful is quite large, but I think we're all kind of aware of the dangers of cocaine. It's expensive. All it does is make you want more. I wouldn't suggest it. The risk of cardiovascular heart injury with cocaine is higher than other popular stimulants. Cocaine, I can't stop saying it that way now. Cocaine. How do you actually say it? Cocaine? I fucked up my mouth now with cocaine. Cocaine. Yeah. Is it the 69? Oh no. Now what? Cock. I watch a trans lumberjack on she's a trans woman who cuts wood with an axe and it's hot. I don't know how to say that. But that's how she would pronounce it. You got to cock it. Cocaine. Where's the syllable emphasis? Is it cocaine or is it cocaine? Cocaine! Okay. Cocaine causes a sudden increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature. Combining cocaine with exertion and or other stimulants may cause overheating, arrhythmia, uneven heartbeat, and hypertension. Some people have sudden cardiovascular side effects like arrhythmia when using cocaine at lower doses. Cocaine! I know I can't stop. It's cocaine. Fuck! It's the cocainium. I can't stop. I am growing my own weed though. I have the seeds packed away right now, but a member of our community sent me a shit ton of seeds. Like, I'm gonna have to pick a couple strains because I legally can't grow that many plants, but I'm so excited because I grew them like as an experiment last year. I still have some of that weed actually I want to turn into edibles, but I grew some of it as an experiment and it was a successful experiment. Like, it thrived. It was amazing. I got a lot of weed out of it. June is the estimated time frame for legal sales. Fuck yeah. I had a friend that did so much it fucked up his septum and he could put
Now, I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving any swings for 56 months.
Tails, thank you. That is a very long time and I fucking appreciate you.
The other day I traced back my family tree and found that I come from a lineage of ducks. That includes my ancestor that would travel depending on climate. You know, my great-granddad. Hail Breb. I don't know. Excellence. I have a deviated septum, but not from anything fun. I was born with it. But man, imagine melting your septum with drugs. That doesn't seem fun at all. This is a very sad song. Where's it coming from? Good song, but very sad. Okay. Where do we stop? Higher doses, more frequent doses, and more intense routes of administration like smoking or injecting may cause unpleasant come downs that can lead to compulsive redosing. Lower, less frequent doses often don't cause substantial come downs. Like any drug, it's possible to use cocaine. I almost said cocaine again. Cocaine compulsively and develop a problematic relationship with it. It may be a good idea to take a break if you find yourself regularly using cocaine as a coping mechanism. Yeah, don't use drugs to cope with. I feel like that goes without saying, right? Don't cope with drugs. Just born that way. I do like, if you watch one side of my nose when I close, is this one? Yeah, this one is like collapses on itself. But also, watch. I can wave at you with a nostril. Talons. I am lay tired. No shit. Yeah. Exactly. Using drugs can be fun, allegedly. Abusing them is bad. Don't do that. My heart already dances to a beat, only if only it can hear sometimes, so it doesn't need any help. That's how I feel. Like, I already have, like, mild AFib that I got from my mom genetically. She had to have an ablation. Like, I try not to fuck with stimulants. Yeah, not really my thing either. More harm reduction tips. I don't know what these are going to be. Repeated snorting. Oh, here we go. This is what happened to your friend. What up, Bezabelly love? You gotta at least listen to cocaine if you're going cocaine. Oh no. I did it. Fuck. Repeated snorting can damage the nasal cavities and sinuses. To reduce risks, use saline spray before, during, and after any snorting session. Would you? What a thing to say. What can you imagine being at a club in the 80s and everyone's just like, "My kiss, you want to have a snorting session in the toy toy?" Sure. Use of cocaine or any other stimulant, blah, blah, blah. Oh, use of cocaine or any other stimulant can lead to insomnia, sleep deprivation. Staying awake for 2 or more days can dramatically increase anyone's risk of entering into a psychotic state. I've been told that so many times, Bruiser. At this point, it's like some of us were born to meth and just some of us weren't. Prescribed neurotransmitters sometimes are necessary. Yeah, sharing snorting. This is one I didn't know, because I guess this is if you're like a regular user and it's breaking down your nasal cavity and you're getting bloody noses. Sharing snorting devices can spread hepatitis C and other diseases. Rolled up Post-it notes and personal straws can be used as disposable snorting devices. Don't share your snorting session device. Fire Z missiles? Oh man, that's some good old internet right there. While crack is literally I knew it would talk about crack. While crack is literally just cocaine that you can smoke, this route of administration usually holds an increased risk of compulsive redosing because smoking produces a much more intense high than snorting. But I think we're all pretty aware of the dangers. Like, the 80s taught us something, right? And this is a rich man's what the fuck? Like, seriously, anyone I've ever seen do this shit, it's like, it just makes them want more? I don't know. Yeah, say no to crazy straw sharing. Roll your own note. I've seen people snort off some pretty disgusting bathroom sinks and other stuff. Man, that's fucking... Because that's a mucous membrane. I mean, that's the same as shoving whatever's on that sink surface up your pee hole. Like, can't you snort it off a credit card? Allegedly, hypothetically speaking, if you're going to do it, I want you to be as safe as possible, and that feels unsafe. Off the back of toilets. I wonder if these are the same precious people that are like, my toothbrush can't be in the same vicinity as my toilet because Mythbusters said poop particles are getting on it. You didn't watch the whole episode, if that's your thing. Poop particles are in your kitchen, and they're on your pillow, and they're in your eyelashes. You are one of the bathroom items getting the poo particles, and then you travel all over your home and spread said poo particles. Poo particles are life. Fart and be happy. Eat a cupcake. I don't know what to say there. Jerk off. Like, alleviate some stress. They're just, like, don't dip your toothbrush in your toilet. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, oh my God, it's on the tooth. Like, if you're in the room when the toilet flushes, you are one of the items getting covered in poo particles. And I know you're washing your hands because I trust y'all, but it's on your face, it's on your butt, it's on your feet, it's on every part of you, and then you spread it to the rest of the house. It's everywhere. And then you, like, nuzzle your partner's pubic hairs, which have probably microscopic. Like, it's everywhere, but it's you know what I'm saying? Let's not be precious. Let's not be precious. Let's be safe. Let's be clean. Let's not be precious. Ooh, Rod, good luck. Now you tell me. I've even questioned sanitation. I mean, same, but like my own credit card over the back of an erroneous toilet. That's why we started doing lines off each other's boobs. Shoulder for me, but I'm real tall, so it's just more convenient. A nice collarbone. Oh. Allegedly, hypothetically, don't do drugs. 2CB. This is the one that a lot of people haven't heard of, but really had a good time, allegedly, hypothetically, on this stuff. It's 4-bromo 2,5-dimethoxyphenethylamine. Hold on, we're going to try again. Holy shit. 5-dimethoxyphenethylamine. Phenethylamine? Or is it oxyphenethylamine? Dimethoxyphenethylamine. Wow. Say that 10 times fast. What is 2C? Yeah. I don't know if it'll focus because it's really small and it's on the bottom. Hold on. She a long one. That bitch. 5-dimethoxyphenethylamine. It's a mouthful. This is similar to kind of what the visuals are, though. The tracking, a lot of, like, if I had glow-in-the-dark nails, that would have been fun. Hypothetically. Spiritually. Dimethoxyphenethylamine. Science, right? I mean, it's literally, that's what it is. It's the chemical breakdown of what it is. But big wows. That's a hard one to get through, emotionally speaking. Dude, right? Toothbrush ionizer, literally, some of them even have the little black light or whatever, the antibacterial light they put in them. Yeah, there's so many ways to be clean and, like, not be precious. Bathe regularly, etc. I'm actually excited to read this. I haven't read this one yet, and I allegedly, hypothetically tried this a few times. What? Not that I probably, that's probably not shocking. I kind of look like crack whore. Side note, I didn't get a picture of it, but one of the girls in my camp, no shit, had a wig that was my hair. Like my hair, if I went through it and curled it really nice. I mean, down to the weird pinky tone. She shit her pants. She's like, Katie, I have to tell you, I have a wig that is your hair. And when she came out, I almost crapped my pants looking at the back of her. I didn't know who was in the camp, but I was like, did I tell you something? Did I hypothetically consume? No, I am sober as a fucking, what the And she turned around and I was like, oh, that is uncanny. Fucking weird. So, like, this accident is now a fashion. You're welcome. Even, that's what I'm saying, like, dimeth. So I know what dimeth is. Dimethoxy. Phenethylamine. I think that's one. It's either phenethylamine or phenethylamine. So dimethoxy or dimeth.
No.
I think. Like, you can break it down into what it actually is.
Fuck you with Satan's cock.
5. So it's 5 groups of so 2 methoxyphenethylamines. So it's 4-bromo-2 with 5 of the groups of 2 dimethoxyphenethylamines connected to each other. If you think about it like a space station, that's how I used to try to think of like molecules connecting to each other. That's what that word is trying to explain to you. But like depending on, it could be oxy or oxyphenethyl. Like the pronunciation can, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in school. Mythbusters was a great show, but it did a number on my OCD. Same. Beatrice, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving me for 23 fucking months. That's a really long time, and I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing is sexier than pure sober consent. Thank you. Hypothetical shenanigans are always hypothetical. Exactly. They're hypothetical Bible stories. None of this happens. An ionizer and a bidet have changed my oh, dude. Everybody needs a bidet. I actually bought it for Zeke as a joke, and now I'm like, everybody needs one. Everyone needs a bidet. How do you live without a bidet? Oh, my ass has never been more clean in my life. And that's just crazy, because like the rest of the world knows what's up. It took me traveling to a lot of foreign countries to be like, all right, there's a lot of bidets. Oh, that's amazing, Amanda. That's fucking amazing. Years now, I got Zeke a Pepto-Bismol pink, like powder pink tushy, like the basic model, as a joke, because he wouldn't shut up about the amazing bidets in Japan. And like, I'm not getting a $1,000 toilet. I didn't know if he actually was into this kind of thing. He installed it and swears by it. And now we're like the bidet gifting people. We gifted my parents a bidet. We gifted all of Zeke's brothers bidets. Like, that's who we are now. Because we're just like, we just care about you. I want to enhance your life. Like, let me help you enhance your life. Because, wow. We're all out here trying to get down on groceries covered in poop. It's amazing. Highly suggested. I mean, they're not that expensive. You can get pretty, and it literally just takes toilet water out of the toilet tank, which is clean water. That's great. It's fine. It's just, I can't imagine letting someone get their face down by my no-nos without a bidet. Yeah, you get one for like $20 and they work so well. There's handheld sprayers. There's the one where you like angle it at your little beehole. It's the Poseidon's motherfucking kiss, Cocky. I was just gonna say, like, Cocky and Crispy and mine are the same, and we call it Poseidon's precious kiss, or the icy kiss of Poseidon, because there's no warmer. It's just a knob that's like, how hard do you want that shit going up there? Well, I guess the lack of shit, if you will, but it is chilly. Great if you've had some spicy food, though.
Dinner was full.
Oh, shit. I gotta change my alerts. Kona, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Cocky. Cocky, use a butt was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. Bitch, you know what's up. Guys, I know I just came back from Love Burn and I'm all like spiritual and lovey-dovey and whatever, but I found Jesus. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Thus far, since returning. Do you want to know a fun fact from the Bible, from the Catholicismness of it? Saint Catherine, my namesake, bless up, was the saint of healing who sucked the pus and infection from the wounds of others and believed to wear an engagement ring made of Jesus's foreskin. How long is it? I'm going to find these forever. It's going to happen.
Hail Satan, everyone. Oh my shit. Genova Choices? What year? What?
Oh, no thank you. I just had lunch. Please no, Jesus. I don't feel like giving up what I've just eaten. What a terrible day to have ears, right? You want to come say hi, my sweet boy? Good morning. How are you? Oh, your feet are chilly. Did you go outside? My sweet boy. Thank you. You're just the sweetest. Do you miss Rodbert? I know. When the weather's not so shit, we'll have poodle party. Yes, please. You could absolutely make a Cerberus with these three, and Zelda would be the middle. With, like, the bitch and the doofus. Absolutely. Or, like, a, chimera. The chimera of poodle. They're just an hilarious little circus of poodle. And they're all so sweet. And considering my Burning Man camp, like a legit Burning Man camp, might be taking this year off, we may get to keep Zelda for a week this summer, and I'm so excited because I love her so much. Our furnace is broken? No. Oh, absolutely not my... Oh, I hope that gets fixed. It's getting replaced tomorrow. Thank fuck. Do you have, like, a heating blanket? I mean, I live on my little heating blanket and my space heater. I hope you have something like that nearby, because Jesus. There's a puppy. He came to say good morning. Wearing people skin like an accessory. What about a medieval equivalence, like a chainsaw and hockey mask? Like, of people skin? Is that... I don't... Dude, I was, like, mildly raised, Catholic. My Nana called it 6-day sinners. Like, you're baptized. You go to, like, midnight mass and Easter or something. But other than that, not really forced to go to church by any means. As an adult, I don't like to say atheist. Not that I have anything against atheist. It's beautiful, but I'm like, I love this. Like, to me, spirituality is like trees and shit. I'm one of those hippies. Like, I go out there and I look like a seed and then a redwood, and I'm like, that's magic, right? Like, the genetics of it and the cellular level, like, that's kind of crazy to me, but like, hail Satan. Hail Satan. By the way, my Burning Man camp, it is my Burning Man camp, but also Love Burn camp. I don't know how, because I didn't start it, but like, they hail Satan. I don't know if because it's a pirate thing or what, but like, if anybody brought up a religious thing or anything, like, at least half the camp would go, hail Satan. And I was like, what is this? It's happening. I live this. It's happening. Dude, therapy's the shit. It's a whole 1 degrees here. It's like probably 8. You think it's like 8 degrees here? Delightfully, disgustingly cold. I did, Scott. Like, in the midst of a hippie fest, I found the Hail Sataners. Yeah, I'm an atheist because I'm not, like, I think the definition is an atheist. You don't believe in anything, and I'm not actively searching for anything to believe in. I don't feel the need for a higher power or anything like that. But, like, nature's kind of magical. And that's cool. I don't know. I feel spiritual in the woods and, like, on the beach and listening to water and birds and nature and just, like, I'm not actively, I don't buy into any of that, and I don't really need it. I'll go to the church of not a cult. Not a cult. Not a cult. 20 is still cold. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like, there ain't no flexing. Once we're under, like, 30 degrees, in my opinion, cold. I'll have nothing to do with it. I'm good. I'm going to stay inside with my heated blanket and my dog, who's another heated blanket, and we will find indoor activities to do. Yes? Jess? Yeah. Because even your tootsies hurt. You don't like being outside that long. It's too cold. It's too fucking cold. Dreading tomorrow. I know it's sort of anxious. Tomorrow being in a group of people. I hadn't been in a large group in over a decade. I mean, David, take it 1 minute at a time. And if you're uncomfortable and feel overwhelmed, do not feel it is your responsibility to put yourself at an emotional disadvantage for other people's comfort, step the fuck outside. Go get some fresh air. Get out of the crowd. Renew yourself. You do not need to put yourself in that situation, especially for what you're going to. You know what I'm saying? Particle, 100%. The whole, like, you know, energy can never be created nor be destroyed. It's just like goes into it. That's why I'm horrified of the, like, I make it very known, and I hope everybody knows. I want the most natural form of whenever I die, like, compost me. I don't want to be embalmed. I would prefer not cremation because I think that's really bad for the environment. I just want to be put back into that life cycle. And in Colorado and Washington State and a couple other states now, they have this amazing, it's like a capsule program where they put your body in a bunch of hay and dirt and rocks and the bacteria, and they put you in a capsule in the wall that's held at the most perfect environment that in under 4 months you are turned to dirt. You have gone back to nature, and then your family gets like a truckload of dirt that they can do with what they want. Plant trees, put it in the yard, grow a garden. That's what I need. The idea of a box, like, I need to be put back into that cycle. Please. Get me there. New York too? Yes. Thank fuck. Good. I'm very, 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 very in. I love it. There's actually a really cool, I know I showed you guys her before. What is her name? Ask a Mortician on YouTube. She actually has a video going over, like, I think it's the place in Washington specifically, but it's legalized in different states, and they talk about the process and what happens, and it's truly amazing. Like, that's what I need. Yes, there's that one brain cell going, fired. And now we're done. No more firing for us. I love her so much. It's a really good video if you guys ever want to watch it. It's very informative, but it does have to do with a lot of death. But I love her attitude on that. You want to come say hi, Bill, before I read about more hypotheticals? You can't do it from under the desk. You're going to hurt your back. Hi, Bill. That's my girl. Are you feeling sad? Both of them just feel depressed today. She always tries to do it from under the desk, but she's taller, so now her back is there. But that's her cave. She feels safe. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss. That's my girl. Good burp. That was glorious. We're all impressed by your magnificence. You got a hair in my eye. You must give me permission to remove it. Thank you. How are you today? Oh, yeah? Wow, that's thrilling. Look at your cute ass bandana. You're so fucking cute in your little bandana. You look great in rainbows, Bill. 100%. They're both just sad. And they keep going in the spare bedroom and laying on it. Trick cried genuinely all night long. Lil's just depressed. You know, she's always a cunt, but now she's just a little depressed. But she does the same if Zeke leaves the house. She doesn't cry. She just gets fucking sad and, like, droopy. Like, you remember when we first left? When we were singing the Sarah McLachlan song at her because she was doing that droopy shit because she knew we were going to leave? That's what she does. She just stands there and does like this. And moans a lot. The crying was fucking heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking every time, no matter when it happens. Because he's so cute, and he's so loving, and he's so innocent, and he just wants everyone to be together all the time. What is in my eye? Did you do this? You're very precious, Bill, and I love you. I hope by the time we're all at that point, it's more legalized. It's weird, but I read something about people just being particles, and you just go back into the world, and that's why space is infinite and keeps expanding because of dead people particles. I was very high. Dude, I kind of love that. I'd love to be a part of the expanding space forever. The auto opt-in shit is scary, and I hate it. I'm like Frank from When I Was Sunny. Just throw me in a dumpster. Who cares? I'm dead. I mean, that's technically going back to nature. Do you know how many animals would feast off of your corpse? And then you would be poop, and that would fertilize, like, a dandelion growing in the asphalt. And that dandelion would inevitably, like, rub off on someone's pant leg, and they would get into their car, and they would bring that pollen back to their own yard, and then that dandelion would be planted in their yard forever, and they would spend the rest of their life trying to kill it with Roundup. But, like, you are now eternal. I might be really high, but that's what cyclical is, bitches. And from my corpse, flowers will grow, and in that, I am eternal. That's a quote from something. I don't know what it is, but it's a beautiful quote. That's an interesting thought, that the further away we are from the galaxy, the faster it speeds away from us. Oh. Yeah. That breaks my brain a little. Thank you. What you trying to do, Bill? Trying to crawl on my lap. You don't fit. You're a large animal. We'll snuggle after stream, okay? I'm tired too. Everyone's tired. No one slept lots. But now, mother. Now. David, I mean 100%. Like, I'm talking after my body is harvested of everything useful for science, for organ transplant. Like, I mean, hopefully I'm so old that I'm rotted out at that point. But, like, God forbid anything happens. Like, please give away all my shit. I am an organ donator. I'm an everything donator. Science, whatever. Use me up. But then at the very end, I would prefer to be put back to the earth somehow. Let something eat me. Bacteria or whatnot. It's because she's the sweetest baby girl ever. She's just kind of a bitch. We were discussing that last night. Rod was like, I think she only likes men. And we were like, yeah, maybe. But she's hated every other man to come over. Other than, like, you. So, I mean, she's not aggressive. She just not choose those people. She's like, I don't like you. And sits on the other side of the room like, you can go anytime. It will not change my life. But Rod, she actively sits with and wants to snuggle. That's about it, though. I don't know why. She's very picky about her people. Dude, astrophysics is fucking fascinating. Genuinely, it's so interesting. I got to take a few electives that, like, barely grazed the surface of space in any way, shape, or form when I was doing my chemistry stuff, and it was fucking fascinating. Genuinely, some of the most like, it's just stuff you don't learn about unless you seek it out on your own, which you should, because it's really interesting. I love Carl Sagan. The Pale Blue Dot. I listen to that when I'm not in a good headspace and I'm starting to feel a little weighed down on myself. I'll listen to Pale Blue Dot and, like, remind myself that, like, in the grand scheme of things, nothing I do matters. I'm here for a short time and I hope it's good. But at the end of the day, you know, it's dust. We're dust. We're just a speck. We're just this little specky speck. The universe expanding faster than light. If the universe lasts long enough, every star will be so far from the closest to it that the night sky will be totally dark. Because of the amount. Oh. Because light just literally won't be able to catch up at a certain point. Interesting. Space is great. It's just, it's one of those, it's like the deep ocean. It's scary and fascinating at the same time because it's super unknown. It's so unknown. Like, it's such a mystery still. The galaxies will be invisible. Isn't a lot of what we see like the light from a distant galaxy? Or I know it's like a star, like a sun or whatever, but a lot of it, I think I've learned, I don't know. I love talking about this stuff. I love learning. Wasn't it a thing back in medieval times when they would hang someone and leave them, that all the stuff coming from the body would make some kind of plant grow and it would be a type of drug? I don't know. I mean, shrooms grow in cow poop. That's close. There's that corpse plant that just smells real bad. I don't know. Is there something that just grows in a dead body? Because that'd be kind of cool. There's got to be something specific, like at least a mold. Oh, Billith definitely needed a snuggle. I send shit into space and it still makes me confused how it got there. It's fast. I mean, isn't that kind of part of the exciting part? Is that you're kind of like, okay, this is what I know will do it, and I've been taught this, but like, I don't really know. And then when it happens, you're like, fucking, we did it. Oh, Bruiser, I'm bipolar too. I totally understand. I understand those intrusive thoughts. I have those on airplanes. When like there's massive turbulence or something, I'm just like, oh, whatever. It's really bad. It makes Zeke very uncomfortable, the turbulence. And I just kind of, okay. Whoever finds my phone gets a treasure. Expansion of the universe doesn't really bother local space because of the amount of matter in it. Is that relative to time? I feel like I'm making that question up. I'm not, though. It's weird that we've explored more of our space than our own oceans. It is, and it all comes down to basically like light, right? Like there's a certain point of the ocean where it's the dark zone. I think that's what it's called. The no light zone, no sun zone, something like that, where sun genuinely just doesn't penetrate anymore. Whereas the sky is full of light. So as long as we can figure out some way to pick that light up from a distance, and you know, a lot of that is just like, it's crazy. I learned so little of this, but it's like basically using these telescopes to see a color, and then that color they break down into what chemical compounds make that color, and then that's how they define like what these distant planets and shit are made of. But so much more complex than that. It's fascinating. It's so cool, so beyond my brain though. But yeah, like the darkness and the pressure of the ocean versus the anti-gravity of space. I guess it's easier to explore once you get through, but yeah, I don't know if they've really figured out how to get through those deep dark those pressures and then that darkness down there, because I know we can't send people. Let's not go there. Let's not, we've tried that. It didn't go well. Let's just fucking not do that. Is it? Okay, so I'm not totally wrong and assume that was just basically my very base assumption that like in my dumb, not spacey, smart brain, it feels just looking at those two things, like the pressure of the ocean compounding on you versus that anti-gravity of space. It's easier to send things out into space, and then it takes time waiting for signals to come back. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Oh, is that the huge chest thing that Zeke, he got like a huge fucking, I don't know, gift for that game or something? What kind of game is it? I haven't, Knives. There's, wait. There's a really nice scene of a ship coming out of hyperspace, and the visual is really amazing with what it does to space and distorting light. Oh, I'm excited. The multiverse theories are cool too, but also scary at times. I mean, I don't know. I try, and this is easier said than done, and I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I try to not, like, immediately get scared of something that I have exactly zero control over. I have plenty of anxiety on board over shit like that. Like, I don't, like, what is it, Olaf in Frozen? This is what's called accepting what is when we're out of control, or something like that. Accepting what we can control while we're out of control. There's some, I don't know, Olaf has some wise words. And that's one of them. It's great. Hades 2 update. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm so excited. Peasant Simulator? Oh my god, what? It scares the fuck out of me. I don't know if I could do it. That enclosed in an, like, I'm actually genuinely a little bit afraid of the ocean. Not for any, like, because of this, it's just this weird, crazy core ache I get when I'm on a boat out in, like, the deep ocean, like the Atlantic or the Pacific, where you're not really seeing shore very well anymore, that is so viscerally telling me I don't belong here. I don't live here. I don't survive here. Everything else, literally everything is more adapt to live where I am right now. And if anything goes fuck sideways, like I'm not gonna come out well. It's so like, I used to go crabbing with my uncles as a kid, and it was just like, it's just weird. It's like, I've explained it a little bit. I get the same sensation when I step on slippery ice. The soles of my feet start to ache like crazy. It's so bizarre. But if I step on ice and just slip a little, the very center of my foot just feels like someone stabbed it or punched it, and it's just this crazy ache. I get that same feeling out the fuck on the ocean. And I can swim. Like, I'm not afraid to swim. I love water. It's just... It's the fear, not even the fear of no way out. It's the fear of, if I get out, what then? Swim 20 miles to shore? Or like, if I get out of a submarine, then what? Like, I'm not trained in how to get to the surface and hold my breath for 20 minutes at a time and not blow my skull up due to pressure changes, like all of those crazy things. Like, it's the if I get out. For some reason, now what? You're not wrong. That being said, I've been flying on airplanes since I was like 3 years old. So it's kind of it's like that car false sense of security where like, I'm in my little steel bubble and no one can touch me. It's just like acceptance versus I've never been in a submarine. So I don't know. I don't know. But I've been on boats my whole life. So I'll still go on them, even though it gives me that creepy feeling of like, if we capsize or if a whale accidentally breaches under this boat and it goes down, like, what the fuck do I do now? And with my feet dangling under the water for an extended period of time, like, do you even understand the fucking visceral fear of something nibbling on my toes? My feet are clenching so hard right now. I can't even tell you. Like, like, even allegedly harmless. Something. Absolutely not. Oh my god, I actually was gifted a free code for Swan. I meant to tell you guys about it. I was gifted it right before I left for the love burn. Yes, DJ, I did. And I think I sent it to Knives because Knives likes to give me a hard time about my fear of the ocean. I literally think I sent it to him on Instagram. I was like, and I think his response was LOL in all caps. Correct me if I'm wrong, Knives. Was it lol at Katie's valid fear of a whale swallowing her on accident? Checks out. I love and respect the ocean. I'm a fucking Pisces, my dudes. It is, oh shit, we're 1 day away. Are we a day, or is tomorrow technically Pisces season starting? I am a strong, big crybaby of a Pisces. Pisces season is upon us. Expect the tears. That video is amazing, and I'm glad that person survived. But also, reason number 639, why Katie won't be playing on the ocean for funsies anytime soon. That is just not it. And I love kayaking, but I'll stick to the lakes. Like, I grew up on a lake where we had sturgeon, and that made me feel icky. Like, if seaweed or, like, you know, anything, any little plant growing out of the bottom of the lake touched my toes, I was like, it's a 6-foot sturgeon, and it's gonna fucking eat me! Ah! Every time. I lived on it for years. Sturgeons don't eat people. They're basically sucker fish, right? I think so. Like, they're basically a bottom-feeding sucker fish with, like, a... Like, they aren't into me at all, but, like, it's there. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I don't know if I want to see it. Do I want to click that, dough, or is that going to fuck me up? I'm asking legit. Like, I'll click it. I still look at that fucked up shit, because I'm not in it. It's not like it's not a phobia. It's not like, for instance, if we watch movies in movie night, which, by the way, I'm really excited to be back a part of movie night, which is every night, by the way, at 7 p.m. Eastern until, like, 11 sometimes Eastern. We watch a lot of movies. If there's people getting a shot or a syringe injected in them, I have to look away. I do not have to do that with ocean things. I am comforted by the fact I am not in the presence of that ocean thing. It starts today. Cheers to Pisces season. Fucking A. Let's all have a good ball. Yeah, is it so it's the 19th through the 19th? I couldn't remember if it was the 19th through the 19th or the 20th through the 20th. I'm dead center. My astral chart is all, like, I actually have more. It's interesting because my little sister's a Sagittarius, but I have more Sagittarius in my overall star chart than she does. I think I only have like 1 or 2 Pisces. I mean, rising is Pisces. But I'm dead middle, man. I am that, like, emotionally insecure, disassociative, creative creature of fairy and magic. Oh. Ugh, solidarity, my dudes. I did, Meebo. What do they call it? The Black Devil? It's really cool. I've loved anglerfish for many, 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 many years of my life. Literally, I could look it up when I started loving anglerfish because it was because of Zafrank. Zafrank did a video on anglerfish, and he calls them, like, there's this moment in it when he's like, that pretty, pretty lady. And it's like an anglerfish on its side, like, I just love them. So I actually did this enormous watercolor of one, and I have it. Do I have it on? Oh, I might have it. I actually have me portfolio nearby. What do I have in here? Do I have the anglerfish? Oh! That's my blue devil. I did that so long ago. Did I put the year on it? Probably not. I probably didn't even sign it. It's lucky it's not burned, let's be totally honest. I love it, though. I love anglerfish. They're just what the fuck? Like, the dangly bait and the big old teeth that it can't, like, I just love them. I find them fascinating. And the fact that we have now, like, the first footage ever of these amazing creatures just is the coolest shit ever. That mermaid is, it's the bait. That's the sailor bait. Yeah, I have a couple in here. Oh, that was my Leia when she passed away. My princess. I used to be arty. I did a space panda. I don't know why. Pangolin. Penguins? Penguins. Pernwings. And the rest are stacked in there. I used to art all the time. I don't know what happened. I should art again. Thanks. I love watercolors. They're fun. Exhausting, but fun. My angler... Wait, which one? That? Feel free. That's for you. Is this like... It's literally a show about underwater scaries. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to that, but also... maybe less high. Because that sounds scary as fuck. My chat just did the double. Hold on. Oh, no shit. Yesterday would have been Mom's 76th. The 7th would have been Dad's 77th. I'm staying under the influence for 2 weeks. Rightfully so. You pet a sturgeon? Oh, yeah. Isn't sturgeon eggs like one of the most prized caviar? I ain't fancy. I'm not getting down. But I think that's like one of them, right? I still do an art now, but I am lit tired. Same. And I tend to I run out of inspiration to finish something, so I tend not to finish a lot of things. But the thing I'm doing next is Sexy Mothra. I have like 3 cosplays I need to work on that I've just had so much travel and so many things happening that I haven't had time. But I broke out my dress form and I broke out all my, I don't know, a lot of sewing stuff. I'm gonna have to measure myself and then fix that dress form and make it my size and make Mothra. She's gonna be sick. I'm excited. Are anglerfish the ones where the male becomes a growth? Yes. Yeah. Do you want to see the Zafrank video on it? Because it's pretty fucking funny. If you've never heard of Zafrank, he's very similar comedy to like I am lit tired, but it's I don't know. Hold on. I hope he does a new one because they just have this footage of this new anglerfish. That'd be amazing. I love Zafrank. He's inspired so many loves of mine of different animals that are just obscure and bizarre and don't make any sense, but like we should love them all for those. Grab my phone. I was gonna look at what temperature it is. Fuck it. It's cold. That's all we know. And it's getting dark. Crazy. Winter. Second winter. Yeah, it samples, hold on. Porcelain, right? Wow, Molby. Wow. Can't see my keyboard. Yeah. Really cool song, but I don't think it like has it. I think it got really popular. It's really cool actually. It's all violins, but like played backwards. So like people played violins and then they took the recording and flipped it. It's kind of a cool sound. It's unique. Oh, foul. Whoops. Hey, sometimes you need a nap. Me neither. It's a beautiful song. I'm trying to think of the first time I heard it. I feel like the first time I heard it was in that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was called like The Beach. About like that I think it had him. It had Tilda Swinton. Few other people. Moby, I know. You remember The Beach? I liked that movie. It was wild. Yeah, it was like, I think it was like 2 degrees when we got home last night, but it's been getting to like 15 degrees a day. Ish. It's cold. It's just go back to bed weather. It's wrap yourself in a heated blanket and like watch movies and eat soup. I don't know. It's so cold. It's just like, it even hurts my dog's feet because the snow is so like dry and crispy. Gets in their paws. So I try to brush their paws off when we come in. And then I have heaters all over the place. Hopefully helping and keeping them toasty. It was a trip. I want to say the weed was involved. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years. Was it? Yeah, it was like there was weed farmers on the island. And I don't know. I don't want to spoil the movie. It's been forever. When did that movie come out? What year? 2000. Wow. Okay. 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 Yeah, it was like right before, right after, or right at the same time, because wasn't Titanic the year 2002? 2000 as well, I should say. I want to say it was. Yeah, they're pretty similar timing. Exactly, Coach. Yeah, a group of friends go to an island. It's supposed to be paradise, and shit goes down. And Tilda Swinton. That's all I really remember. I haven't seen it in years. I remember it being really pretty, though. But it's an emotional one. Like, I think there's some unaliving in the beginning. So, trigger warning if you want to watch it. But it was pretty good. Leo and his, Leo's always been a pretty good actor. He's a creepy dude dating young chicks. I mean, I don't know. To each their own. But, like, he has an awful trend. Titanic came out in 97, 98. Oh, shit. Okay, then Titanic. Yeah, it was right after Titanic. Wild. I can't think of anything. I mean, man, I just feel stupid. I have to look at his IMDb now. Oh, Romeo and Juliet, he did. I was going to say, I can't remember anything he did around that age other than those two things. Romeo and Juliet, Catch Me If You Can. He was pretty young when that came out, right? When was that? Aviator was 2004. Gangs of New York, how could I forget? The Beach. Man in the Iron Mask. Titanic was 97, allegedly, according to this. I don't know. Probably around that time. Romeo and Juliet apparently was 96. That was before. Now we're just stuck in Moby Land. Oh no. Is anybody mad? And What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Was that his breakout role? And then he was in that show like Boy Meets World or something. I think around the same time when he was really young. Wasn't he? He was like a stepbrother or something. It says he was in Growing Pains. So maybe he was in both. I very, very vaguely remember this show. But I had a crush on Leo as a child. I definitely did. Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing. Alan Thicke was in Growing Pains. He was in Critters. Wow, Critters 3. I forgot about Critters. I found a piercer shop in the city where having our getaway and that I've been messaging with and seems cool as fuck. So made an appointment to get my nose done. Ooh, what are you gonna do? Like second nose hole? Or the other side? What are you gonna do? Ooh, that's gonna be cute as fuck. Do it! I tried to get 2 on one side, and he said because I pierced it myself, I pierced it basically in the very middle of where 2 would go. So 2 wouldn't lay on my nostril or something, so I didn't. I got like some side hole done that I never put an earring in. Like this. Like the deep part of your ear right there. So it should be like a ring, but I can't sleep. Like I always feel it. It drives me fucking crazy. It's still open. Like my piercings don't close, but I can't. No matter what I do, it like touch it. And I don't know, maybe I have hard ears. I have a lot of ear holes and I'm just not interested in that one. Okay, we've listened to plenty of Moby. I think everybody's back. Let's people in the world that will do that because that was phenomenal. Animals. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I can't step on a fucking roly-poly, whatever you want to call them. Pill bug, sow bug, roly-poly bug. I can't step on an ant outside. Like I'll step on a wasp or something that can hurt me or my animals or parasitically infect us with something. But beyond that, the removing life and hurting life for no reason is just like crazy or hurting things. I've seen camels climb on their knees too, and I was going to ask if that was like a similar concept. There was something, I don't know if it's like, what's the word? If it was, anyways, the zoo in Washington State, in Seattle, basically they had to rehouse or rehome all of their elephants because there's something about elephants walking really steep hills all the time like destroys their knees, or something about they don't have knees, or like maybe it's because they're on tiptoes all the time. But the way that Seattle is, it's like rocky and hilly and shit, and elephants kept like falling and breaking their knees, and it was really bad. Elephants are like this in so many ways. They're one of those species where it really wouldn't take much genetic tampering, not that we should, to make them intelligent enough to have a conversation with us. I mean, I'm not saying we should teach them to protect themselves, but like I'm all for elephants having some sort of weaponized system or something. It's disgusting. It takes so much research, and that's why I'm glad people like him make videos like this so that we can find actual like refuges, if that's what you want to call them, but places that the elephants are protected, they're not abused, no one's, any of that. We don't need to relive that together in conversation, but you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. It should be illegal, but different countries, different whatever. I know I went to one in Chiang Mai in Thailand. His was in South Asia somewhere. I don't know if he specifically said where it was, but I highly suggest doing something like that. It truly was life-changing, and those baby elephants are crazy heavy. Like, there was a baby elephant when I went to the rescue. It was essentially literally like historically, just for hundreds and hundreds of years, there's this people in the mountains who protect the elephants from other people. That's it. I don't even know if it was a refuge or something. It was amazing. It was just one of the most unique experiences in my life. Genuinely, I highly suggest doing something like that. But on that note, I'm very high. I need a snack, and I'm gonna go hang out with my dogs. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming and hanging out with me today on my first day back. I apologize for leaving for Loveburn for so many days, and I apologize for whatever the fuck is happening with my voice and my throat. I'm not gonna say a couple / maybe 4 or 5 people in my group / camp were getting sick and actually sick towards the end of camp, and I'm genuinely hoping they did not pass anything to me. So I'm gonna have a snacky snack and take my dogs out and then nap maybe before movie night, which is every night at 7 p.m. in our Discord if you want to join us. I think we're still on like happy, well, not happy, but not necessarily like depressing notes. I think we're still sticking with like relatively feel good movies and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've been gone for 6 days and maybe we've been slapped with horror and sadness and I'm just going to cry myself to sleep. I don't fucking know. What was I going to say? What is it? That's stay classy, wash your fucking hands, take care of yourselves, take your joy, make your day all velvety, and I'll be back tomorrow morning.